to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Coming into the season, you were an afterthought to the Rams, to the 49ers. How did it feel to go through both of those teams to earn your trip to the Super Bowl?
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. Mike Macdonald, congratulations to him. Congratulations to Sam Darnold. Congratulations to John Schneider and the Seattle Seahawks, who are headed to Santa Clara to take on the Patriots in Super Bowl 60, a rematch of Super Bowl 49. Bump! The Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl.
Talk your stuff, Sam. Talk your stuff, Sam. They hating on you. They doubted you all year. They doubted this man. Oh, he hasn't done enough. Watch him play. Watch the film. National media. Get off of your couch. Stop relying on your producers. Watch the dang film, and you would have saw this coming. Sam Darnold. It's about the team. But I was so proud for Sam Darnold, man. 25 of 36, 346, 3 touchdowns. Clutch as heck. Talk your stuff, Sam. I wish this was Sirius XM because I would drop a whole bunch of F-bombs and B-bombs and all that stuff. Talk your stuff, Sam. But Seahawks, man, that was great. It was wonderful. I got to celebrate with the guys after the game. I went out for 30 minutes and realized I'm too old to be in the streets. Y'all was crazy last night. And it was a perfect situation. I loved it.
What was the craziest thing you saw? Just lots of drunk people stumbling over
I
themselves.
I saw a guy get pepper sprayed.
No!
I saw a girl get tossed out of the club like she was a grown man.
Ooh, wow.
I took one lap around. What's the neighborhood around is that Pioneer
Soto?
Square?
Oh, Pioneer Square.
Soto, Pioneer, whatever
yeah.
the heck that is. You know, I live in Monroe. I'll be out there like that. I took one lap. And I was like, yeah, I'm taking my 47-year-old
Not for the streets.
home. I'm going home.
Yeah, I took my dog out for a walk, and I mentioned this earlier to you. There were two fans just clearly inebriated walking down the street. Forget the Rams! Radio edit. I was like, oh, man, Seattle's lit tonight. People are celebrating for good reason, because for the first time in 11 years, the Seahawks are returning to a Super Bowl. And they are going to a Super Bowl as maybe the most complete Seahawks team I've seen. Let's talk about Sam Darnold tonight. That's where I want to start. 25 of 36, 346, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. You talked about goalposts moving, and you're right. For a lot of people when it came to Sam Darnold, it's still going to happen. It's absolutely still going to happen. And Mike Macdonald stood up for his guy, as did many people, by the way. Ernest Jones with another not radio-friendly way of standing up for Sam Darnold on the postgame interview. But Mike Macdonald said Sam Darnold shut a lot of people up.
Just really, really proud of our guys. You know, it was a team win. And we didn't play our best game on defense. We made enough plays to win. You got to give them a lot of credit. They had a great game plan. Did some things we weren't ready for. We had to adjust again. Par for the course for their offense, and it's a team win. You know, special teams had to pick it up. The drive at the end on offense was just tremendous. I thought Klint called a great game, and then you can't talk about the game without talking about our quarterback. I mean, he just shut a lot of people up tonight, so I'm really happy for him.
Beginning with a Thursday night game here in Seattle against the Rams, people said, Sam, you can't throw 4 picks. You got to meet the moment. Not a great first 3 quarters for Seattle. And then Sam leads a game-winning drive and a 2-point conversion to win the game. But it's not enough. It's not enough because it was only a quarter. It was just that drive. I didn't see enough from Sam Darnold, people said. Okay, fine. Sam, you need to meet the moment because in Week 18, you are taking on the 49ers, and this is for the number 1 seed, the NFC West. Can you do it?
Not good enough.
Meets the moment, but
Not good enough.
Not good enough. I didn't see anything special. Where were the fireworks? No interceptions, but I needed more touchdowns. So then Sam, in his second ever playoff start, gets his first playoff win. Not good enough.
Come on, man.
Not good enough.
Come on, man.
So if you were waiting to see from Sam Darnold him go toe-to-toe with the front runner for MVP, who was brilliant, by the way, Matthew Stafford and the Rams balled out.
Yeah.
346, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. What more do you want from Sam Darnold?
This is it, man. This is I've only spoken to Sam maybe twice. Probably doesn't remember me. But when I spoke to him, there was this calmness about him. And Wyman described it the best. He said he doesn't change his expression. People might think that he's down on himself or he's not hyped enough, but he stays the same the whole time. His expression stays the same unless he throws a touchdown. And that's what I saw during this game. That first drive that Kubiak put together was beautiful, man. It was I wrote in my notes variety pack. It was that box
Love
of
a
chips you
variety
get with Doritos and Fritos
There's
and Lay's.
always one bad chip, though.
Right, always one, right?
And they have a few more of those.
And I wrote down in my notes, variety pack. We saw screen to K9. We saw short game. We saw stubbornness with the run game. You go down there and you set the tone early, and then you start to see Sam kind of open up a little bit. That pass to Jason, we're going to go over some plays later, but that pass to Jason down the middle where he gets knocked out, beautiful route. You can only put the ball in one spot. I mean, what else? We want to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't see the Patriots beating this team unless Vrabel puts together a game plan like no other. What else do you need to see from this dude? At this point, it is legit. I don't want to hear no one, ESPN, CBS, NBC, any other three letters. I don't want to hear nothing about Sam Darnold. He's the guy, got him for a bargain of a deal. He's going to be here next year. We to the ship. Let's get it, Sam.
Well, I think people don't like admitting they're wrong. I was wrong about Sam Darnold. I thought that, well, when the news was reported about Geno, we were all under the assumption, like, Geno wanted out, so okay, you have to trade Geno, you have to trade DK, they don't want to be here. Then there were conflicting reports afterwards, but whatever. It was presumably untenable. But I thought, okay, Sam Darnold's the best free agent quarterback, but man, he struggled under pressure in those last two games for Minnesota. I question if you've got the pieces up front. Either way, this is clearly a Seahawks team that's going to count on its run game. That's what I thought this season would be. Sam doing enough, and then the run game taking off, and you would have like the number 1, 2, 3 defense and the number 1, 2, 3 run game somewhere around there. I thought that was the formula. Nope. Turns out Sam became one of the most explosive passers in the NFL, and when opposing defenses clamped down on that, and when the offense kind of started to struggle a little bit with the pass game, the run took off and it started working. So I don't know, man. The Seahawks adapted. They responded. Sam adapted. He responded. After his worst game of the season against the Rams, it took him a minute to build that back up, and then he shows this brilliant night. But, Bump, I think what's happening also, in addition to people not wanting to admit they were wrong, is that they're continuing to move the goalpost to, okay, at first it was, can the Seahawks win a Super Bowl with Sam? And I think, like you, the answer is yes. But now it's, is Sam a franchise quarterback? Is he a top 5 quarterback? Is he an elite quarterback? That wasn't the conversation y'all were having months ago. Months ago, you were wondering whether the Seahawks could actually win with him. That was not the initial conversation.
It's changed.
Of course.
And it's changed because, I mean, even you mentioned this before. We were in the sports pit, get ready for the show. I didn't watch the broadcast. Obviously, I was at the game. And you were saying how the media was just pushing the Rams. Oh, we're talking to McVay.
It was a little
We're talking to
pro-Rams.
Stafford. And it's like, hold on. Which team won the division? Which team has the best defense remaining in the game right now? Why isn't the narrative shifted here? Because they thought and wanted the LA Rams to do this. Because you know what? Seattle ain't sexy, and that's fine. Seattle's not sexy, but they're well-rounded. They have a great defense. Special teams is on point. Quarterback play is ready to go. He threw for 346. The Hawks rushed for 75 yards. The last 3 games, they rushed for 170-plus yards. And Sam said, don't worry, I got you. Put it on my back. I didn't want him to have to do that. Now, I didn't want to have to do it, but I knew that he could do it. I didn't want him to have to do that. But he played the game that was necessary to win this one. Just like last game, he played the game that was necessary to win that one. I think people see wins. They think wins should look a certain way. And this is football. Wins come in all different fashions. We saw a 13-3 game. We saw a 41-6 game. We saw an overtime game. We've seen a 31-27 game. There are different ways to do this. And Sam stepped up because he said, or this game required him to step up. And he did exactly that, man. So I'm excited. But also, I know the Hawks only rushed for 75 yards, but Ken Walker threw the first punch.
Oof.
Ken Walker came out and was running for his money.
First quarter was a Ken Walker quarter.
It was a Ken Walker quarter. And the move he made in the hole when he put old boy on skates and he went right and Ken Walker went left, it was beautiful. Big ups to Ken Walker.
Yeah.
Now, Sam took over after that, but Ken Walker said, you know what, I'm first off the bus. I'm going to throw the first punch, and then y'all go ahead and follow me.
We have a lot to talk about with Sam today. We're getting to that play and others coming up at 11 with plays of the game. Some X's and O's stuff with Bump at 10:30 with Klint Kubiak's boldest plays, and then at 11, obviously, with plays of the game. I want to talk about the defense for a little bit. Now, we have more days, 2 weeks actually, to talk about, hey, what happened with the defense? How can you prevent this? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to dive too much into it right now. What I will say, I thought this game might have been lost with Reek Woolen's taunting penalty. I was worried that would end up costing
come
them.
on, Reek. Come on, man. Make a heck of a play, too. Heck of a play. Probably should have intercepted that football. Made a heck of a play. And by this point, he should know that he has no room for error. And learn from Imamari. Learn from JSN. When you talk, look the other way. They can still hear you. It's body language. I used to tell my players all the time when I coach, I know there's going to be back and forth on the football field. It is what it is. But your body language is what's going to get the referee's
no-look
attention.
pass. You gotta
exactly.
Just throw some barbs while you're not even looking at them.
I used to walk by dudes and not even look at them, just whisper to them. Like that's all you got to do. But, yeah, that was – and then they go at him that next play, and he scores a touchdown. It was a bad 3 minutes for Reed.
No, Sean McVay knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
he said, that guy right there, he's going to be bothered by this. He's going to be upset. What did you make of the rookie Nick Imamari getting in his face a little bit after the game? Now, both of them settled it down after. Rick Woolen tweeted, like, hey, we're brothers. It's just you're trying to make each other better. Mike Macdonald said as much after the game. I loved Julian Love's quote about it after the game where he said, yeah, he knows what he did was wrong, but, like, we need him, so I don't know what you want to do. You just have to – very high emotional IQ on Julian Love to just be like, look, be realistic about this. This player knows what he did was wrong. He feels bad. Also, we need this player to continue to play well.
This is mainly for men. I'm sure women do this to some extent.
I doubt it.
Dudes, my best friend, Elmer Rodriguez, you know how many arguments we've gotten into?
20.
How many times we didn't dang near fought, and then 5 minutes later we're good. You know what I mean? Like that's just what happens.
I can't say I've nearly fought any of my girlfriends.
You get into it in the moment. You get it all
Katie
out.
throwing hands.
Yeah, me and Katie.
Or Katie probably just sitting at separate sides of the couch, just not talking to each other.
Shout out to my girls. I don't think we've ever physically fought. No.
No, that's what dudes do. We get to that. We toe the line. And then we calm down and we come back. Like, my bad, man. Let's go get this. That's what happened right there. And for Nick Imamari, a rookie, to show that type of leadership, I'm with it. And I'm sure Reek is fine with him now. Yeah. There's no issue. This is what happens. I've seen coaches on the sideline go at it, and then 5 minutes later, they're good. That's what happens when you're in the heat of the moment, when you're in that battle. Someone has to hold them accountable, though.
Now, there is something that happened defensively that we're going to talk about when we also get to some of the most important plays, just the game-changing plays from this one. We have so much to get to. I can't believe it. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, rewrite!
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one. On the AFC side, the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl after an ugly 10-7 win over the Broncos in a snowstorm. What's the real headline?
Proof that this truly is the luckiest NFL franchise. Now, Ian, I know you're shaking your head. You agree, though, right?
I'm fully with you. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. I'm not a Patriots fan.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to mislabel
fair.
you there.
Could be confusing.
My mistake. Bump, the Patriots had the easiest schedule in the regular season, a .391 win percentage for opponents. Their defense has improved, but that included 2 playoff games against C.J. Stroud, who was throwing it to every single Patriots defender, and then Jarrett Stidham and a blizzard.
Hey, respect the Patriots. It's not easy to get to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely
I know their
not.
schedule was cupcake. I know that the playoffs wasn't too challenging, but for able to go over there and switch it up in a year is remarkable. Big ups to my white son after Chip III. He will be in the Super Bowl. He FaceTimed me after the game and said, "Who are you rooting for, Coach?" You know what it is, Chisholm. I love you, baby. I hope you, like you said, hope you go for 122 touchdowns and a loss. But you reached the pinnacle. You got to put some respect on it. I don't see the Patriots beating this team, but you never know. They're the best in the AFC. They did what they're supposed to do. It was fun to watch them. And that was to get to the Super Bowl in that fashion, in the snow. When you think of old school football, that's what you think of. In the snow, it's cold, it's January. That was fun to watch. So, Patriots, man, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
And unfortunately for the Broncos, that blizzard really started raining down when the Patriots pulled ahead. So, good luck trying to score or do much of anything. It was like the weather was on the Patriots side. Again, Drake May is right up there neck and neck with Matthew Stafford for MVP. Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach and is also a frontrunner for Coach of the Year. What they've been able to do this year is incredible. I agree. I don't want to take anything away from them. I do, though, think that, look, I grew up watching this team constantly win and just learning from a relatively young age, like a young teen, this team's bad. They win all the time, right? So that's ingrained in me from years and years and years. And then, of course, you had Super Bowl 49, which wasn't too fun to see. So
Boston's spoiled, man.
It's within me as a hate for Boston that has, I'm not even from New York, I don't understand. I just, it's there, and I
Remember
can't
the
fight
year
it.
where the Patriots won, the Celtics won, and the Bruins got
They're
it done?
truly blessed as a sports city.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did. You know, I don't know if it was those witches back in the day. I don't know what happened.
What's that book when they trying to hunt down witches and stuff?
You know, like the Salem witch trials.
Salem, yeah, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You would
yeah.
think it would be the opposite, where
Right.
you know, murdering people would have cursed them, but no, they have amazing sports luck. We will preview this game, obviously, but we'll go way more in depth as the week goes on, and especially next week. We're not really doing that today. It's just going to be heavily focused on the Seahawks beating the Rams.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Steelers are officially hiring Mike McCarthy to be their next head coach. What's the real headline?
The Steelers finally get to start fresh with something that hasn't worked before.
Interesting hire. Look, I think this is a play. A guy who he knows what winning looks like. He's ran an organization before with the Green Bay Packers. He's been to the top of the mountain. Aaron Rodgers is there. I wonder if he's going to come back and hang around for another year. I think he should, because honestly, where are you going to go? You're going to go Mason Rudolph? Like, go ahead and figure out Aaron Rodgers for another year. And I feel like he's the only one that can calm Aaron Rodgers down. It's like Mike Tomlin and McCarthy. Those are the only ones who can have real conversations with him and be like, look, this is how things need to go. Interesting hire, though. I didn't think they would go that direction. I thought they would go a younger guy who'd be there for 20 years.
Well, and the whole point about the Steelers is like, you need to evolve offensively. And McCarthy knows his stuff. Like, he's been a really successful coach for Green Bay before, and his Cowboys teams never met expectations, but still had great moments and solid moments offensively. But I don't know, man. When I think of Seattle wanting to innovate and respond to the great play callers, so they go with this young defensive mind, it's like, oh, it makes sense. You're trying to innovate and evolve. This doesn't look like evolving to me, but maybe it works out. Maybe it's better in leadership. I don't know. We'll see.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Philip Rivers has withdrawn his name from the Bills coaching search. What's the real headline?
Buffalo will have to go with Plan B, something Mrs. Rivers has never done.
Dang.
I couldn't wait for you to read this one.
I was nervous about that. I was really nervous about that one.
Plan B. Saves futures. Anyway.
Does anyone not think that when you hear it? I always think of that. Come on.
This is what Philip Rivers' wife, he was like, for real, Philip?
I've had you home for like 4 years.
15 years in the league.
She said, absolutely not.
You're coaching high school football. You go and have a little rendezvous with the NFL for 4 or 5 games, and now you're talking about coaching, and you bring your butt home and take care of these dang kids.
This was like going to Costco looking for your husband, and he's in the TV section, even though you have TVs and you don't need a new TV, but times a million, where it's like, get out of there. We're leaving. You don't need one. But it's football. You're like, get out. Stop it. Don't even look at it. You don't need it.
I'm telling you, that's the addiction of football is real. Like, it is, once you're in it, you want to be in it for the rest of your life. And that's why I'm obsessed with film. That's why I try to find ways so I can coach high school football again, even though my schedule does not allow it. Once you get the football bug, it is a wrap, and it will never go away.
Something in me completely believes that, considering that Curtis and I have called you out multiple times for just watching film. Like, you could be watching all the shows, the wonderful shows that we tell you to watch, and you watch film. You know what I mean? We've tried to get you into Survivor.
I tried.
We've tried to get you into Traitors. This season of Traitors is amazing.
So good.
So good. And instead, you're just like, I don't know. I was going to look back at week 11 to see what the Rams did. Against Sam Darnold.
Well, you know what we should do, Stacy, is we should send Bump a link to like the latest All 22 thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And like it gets going for like 2 minutes or so, and then bam, it's a new episode of The Traitors.
No, you know what we should also do? You know how they have the little video box where they'll have like play-by-play or a video of something over the film? Do that, but he's watching film, but in the corner we'll put Survivor, one of our good shows. Exact picture in picture. Thank you.
Bump, there's no football this weekend, okay? There's no football this weekend. You have ample choices to pick in terms of TV.
Anything.
You know what I did watch?
What?
Pole to Pole.
What's that?
Is it a sports thing?
Nah, it's Will Smith traveling the
You told me
world.
to watch that.
Okay.
I watched that.
Oh, pull north,
While I
pull
watch
to
film,
south
though, it has
pole.
to be something that I can play in the background. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. I'm kind of listening, but I'm watching film at the same time. I need that.
Okay.
But this week, I will try to watch something else.
Yeah, just take one break. You know what I mean? Like the guys here, yeah, they're like all in. There's still one more game, but they're going to take a random Tuesday to relax.
And you know what's-
Tuesday players' day
You know
off.
what's funny? You guys have been saying traders this whole time.
Yeah.
I thought it was like trade, not like
No.
TRAD.
Oh.
I didn't
know,
realize
we're
it
like
was
the East
traders.
India Trade
Okay,
Company.
listen.
Yeah. I'm like, what are they trading?
It's a stock market
You're
show.
trading spices?
Yeah.
Now, our next conversation actually does benefit from you watching film because I'm going
guess.
to ask you about Klint Kubiak's boldest calls. We're going to take just a couple minutes away. I'm going to explain the concept of traders to you. And then when we get back after the break, Bump is going to explain some X's and O's to us.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How cool to be able to do this, Brock, after the NFC Championship Game win yesterday. You said you finally got some sleep. It must have been. What was your night like?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, we spent a bunch of time at the stadium and had a lot of family and friends in town, and just peak life, man. Pretty awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Roger. Roger, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
Over the last several years, my homeowner's insurance policies just kept on going up and up and up. For years, it was $1,100. Last year, it was $2,500. And this year, $5,000. That's what got me to call First Mark Insurance.
Were they able to save you any money?
Absolutely. Within a couple of days, came up with a proposal that blew my socks off. It was an amazing amount of reduction in cost.
Did they improve your coverage while saving you all that money?
They did both. The coverage is better and the cost is substantially less. It's half as much as I was paying last year. Recommend First Mark to anyone who is looking to get better coverage at less cost.
Well, Roger did it, my family did it, and you got to do it, and it's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge and see how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I play basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything. So 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
The new year is finally here, and you could kick the new year off right by getting in shape and making Top Fitness your first stop. Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my friends at Top Fitness, where their stores are celebrating the new year with some great deals. You could take your New Year's resolution seriously with the very best fitness gear there is set up in your home by our professional installers. They sell the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire, and Hyrox. Come in now and check out the best deal of deals on treadmills. They're Precor 885 treadmills that are lease returns normally sell for over $13,000, now only $36.99, including a full 3-year warranty. This is the same commercial treadmill sold to health clubs worldwide. And every new treadmill, elliptical, and home gym, well, they're all on sale. They got the largest selection of home fitness equipment in Washington, and their staff will show you why. It's no secret why everybody from pro athletes to personal trainers love their stores. Locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Klint Kubiak's boldest calls with Seattle's offensive coordinator in his bag in this one. Now, there was a specific call on the Seahawks' final drive that made me think of this as a topic.
Which one?
It was the 2nd and 7 decision to throw to JSN that they ended up getting defensive holding and moving the sticks. But it made me realize, like, there's probably a few calls in this one that Bump, who we just joked about, but also on a serious note, does watch a lot of film, was probably thinking, like, this is bold by Klint Kubiak. This is bold by the Seahawks. So what'd you see?
Klint was in his bag. The first one, not necessarily bold. I think it's just more of a statement. It's that that pass to Rashid down the sideline, right? And what Klint did a bunch of times last night was that he put receivers in the backfield with the running backs. He's trying to create these matchups, and I'll get to one of them later. But this one was, we ain't scared. This one was, all right, 3rd and 5, first time with the football. I'm going to put Cooper Kupp in the backfield with, I think that's Cam Akers with him. Motion Cam Akers out, identify the coverage, isolate Rashid up top, and we're going to take a shot to the fastest man in the league. That right there to me was like, we ain't scared. We're going at you. First drive, we're going to score. We're going down the field. And seeing Cooper Kupp in the backfield, we've seen this several times with him and JSN, kind of tipped me off to, okay, he's going to be trying to do some things that he normally doesn't do. That first play right there was awesome. And I did what I did the last game. I watched the first half in the booth with Wyman and Rabel. Sharon was there. Finally met Sharon, Rabel's wife. Such a sweet lady. She's 4-0 in conference championships, by the way.
She's got to go to each one now.
Yeah,
we got to get her to the Super Bowl.
It's a wrap. She needs to show up. But because I wanted to hear the crowd. And that play right there, other than K9 running the football the way that he was doing, that was a tone setter. That was a we ain't scared, let's get it type of play.
That was a throwing a first punch type of play. You mentioned K9 doing that. It was a lot of punches thrown by Seattle, which I appreciated. I also like this conversation, and I know you have other stuff to get to. There was a segment, it's just kind of not relevant for you guys to know, but why I'm asking. There was a segment we were going to do last week we didn't end up doing, and I saw a Rams blogger or podcast host, I think, mention, hey, you can tell that the Seahawks are trying to hide Sam Darnold. And I remember wanting to bring it up, and we just had so much other stuff to get to that we didn't get to it. But I felt like this was kind of a nice response to that because, I did not get from Klint Kubiak's game plan, from Seattle's approach, and certainly not from Sam Darnold's execution of it, that they were trying to hide anything.
That's where people in the media, and you know what, I talk to Lofa all the time, right? And I tell him, I'm like, man, us in the media. He's like, you're not the media, Bump. You're not the media. So I am kind of the media, Loaf, but I try to separate myself because I'm not just going to go with what everyone is saying. Just because everyone says they're trying to hide Sam because they're looking at a chart with a bunch of numbers on it, say, all right, according to this chart, he's not making big-time throws. This is what he's doing. They're trying to hide him. I'm going to watch the film and say, no, this is what the defense is giving him, and they're taking things away. So this is the game plan. I don't think they're trying to hide him. They're winning ball games. They're winning ball games by checking down, throwing the short stuff, taking a shot every now and then, and running the football. So I hate that they're trying to hide Sam narrative. I hate that.
What did you make of the decision then to put it in Sam's hands on 2nd and 7, final drive? This is a risky throw here going to JSN, and you get defensive holding. You move the chains, but I thought that was a moment where it's like they still are going for the kill here.
That was a confidence. That was, we believe in Sam.
Yeah.
That was, we're at VMAC with him every single day. We see him practice. We listen to him when he watches film. We know what he's capable of. That wasn't a high, and that was, we ain't scared. That's what I loved about it, is that Klint Kubiak's game plan was, we ain't scared. There's a play, 2nd and 10 in the second quarter, 44 seconds left, and you go to JSN, that big hit when he gets hit real hard in the middle of the field. He runs a beautiful corner post. You catch him in a cover 2, too high safety. JSN hits that corner look, gets the safety to flip his hips. And this is a we ain't scared type of throw. You split the safeties. JSN goes up. He knows he's going to get hit. Bow. Comes down with the football and flexes on him real quick. That's a we ain't scared type of throw. We're not hiding Sam. We're not scared. We are going for a big play because we believe in our guy.
What did you like about their offensive approach overall? Because they weren't playing a bad defense where things just open up for you. They had to create a lot of this. And the one thing that I think, it's not a critique, but that I think you can say about Klint Kubiak is Seattle's offense does a great job of incorporating the run, blending the run and the pass in a way that they didn't last year and building on that. But I wouldn't say they're incredibly creative. Like, it's not like people used to talk about, Andy Reid's offenses when the Chiefs were, it's not like they have stopped rolling, but I would say maybe a little more focus on it, 2+ years ago, where it was like, oh my God, so creative. You wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't say Klint gets those points from people a lot, but this was, it felt like a very blended approach.
This was the most creative I've seen. There were things he did this game that I haven't seen before. Like, there's a play where JSN goes in motion. He orbits. Or orbit motion is when you go behind the QB when he's in shotgun. Goes behind the QB in orbit motion, then goes back to the right side where he started. He fakes, ball a snap. Sam fakes the screen to him and goes the other way. It's like you gave the defense so much to think about. JSN starting from right to left to the orbit, going back from left to right, faking the screen and going the other way. I'm like, all right, he's in his bag. Then Kane and I got a couple screens as well. Lining up Cooper Kupp in the backfield. Jason's touchdown. He's lined up in the backfield there in cover 4. You got Cooper Kupp on the left side. He runs like a speed out. He takes care of the corner there. And then there's a slot receiver. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Shaheed. He runs the corner. The safety has to go with him. So now you got JSN one-on-one with a linebacker who's in a zone. He thinks he has safety help. JSN out the backfield, runs a corner. Beautiful. Like, you call that play because you know exactly what you're going to get from the defense. The design was beautiful, man. And then the touchdown to Cooper Kupp. It was just simple. We're going to get in a twist formation. I'm going to spread everybody out, all right? Again, you understand I'm going to get probably a cover 4 or a cover 6, so the corners are going to get some depth, right? I'm going to take a corner out with an out. I'm going to sit Cooper Kupp down, and he does the rest. It was creative with some of the pre-snap motions, and then it was just simple with some of the route trees. I'm just taking what the defense is giving us. Kubiak ain't going to be here next year. He gone.
Bump.
He gone.
He gone.
He gone, man. You put together that game plan, and you beat the Rams twice.
Look, Tom Brady Tom Brady was liking what he saw.
He gone.
The Raiders haven't hired a head coach yet.
We better enjoy him for a couple more weeks because he is out of here.
Like, that was like a great resume building performance. Oh, no, Bump. I don't like that. What was your favorite play?
My favorite play, I just described it. It was the touchdown JSN. It looked so easy, but the design of it, I was so impressed with it because he knew what he was going to get down there. He manipulated the defense so beautifully. I'm taking this corner out. I'm moving this safety. The safety has to go with this post. Too high, that safety has to go with this post. I got JSN one-on-one with a linebacker who's in zone who didn't even try to reroute him. It was just he outsmarted Shula on that play. That was the matchup where he goes, Shula just has to tip his cap because it forced the defense to stick to their rules as a defense. This guy goes out, I got to get him. Post goes, safety, I got to go. Linebacker's thinking, I don't know what's going on behind me. I got safety help, right? Negative. We manipulated the defense. It was beautiful.
The first part of our next hour is getting right back to this. We're going to go over plays of the game with highlights, so we're actually going to get some sound, and you guys are going to get fired up. I got a couple lowlights, too, so we can figure out what happened defensively. And then, of course, 4-down territory at 11:15. Before we get to any of that, though, what Seahawks players had to say about last night's big win. Next.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is one is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe.
You know how we do it.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports.
You are now entering the dead zone. Welcome.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Hi, I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, ultra-low sugar brain and body fuel. Our IQ Bar plant protein bars help you refuel smarter. Our IQ Mix Zero Sugar Hydration Mixes help you hydrate harder. And our IQ Joe Instant Mushroom Coffees help you caffeinate larger. All three product lines boost physical performance, but they also boost mental performance via nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane. Right now, you can try our epic IQ Bar Ultimate Sampler Pack with 9 protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 coffee sticks. Win your day with clean ingredients, amazing taste, and superior brain and body nutrition. Try IQ Bar today.
Get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get this exclusive radio offer. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state.
I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/game to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/game for 20% off. trustandwill.com/GAME.
You're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Let's talk about what players and Mike Macdonald had to say after this one. First, Mike Macdonald's postgame press conference.
Just really proud of our guys. You know, it was a team win. And we didn't play our best game on defense. We made enough plays to win. You got to give them a lot of credit. They had a great game plan. Did some things we weren't ready for. We had to adjust again. Par for the course for their offense, and it's a team win. You know, special teams had to pick it up. The drive at the end on offense was just tremendous. I thought Klint called a great game, and then you can't talk about the game without talking about our quarterback. I mean, he just shut a lot of people up tonight, so I'm really happy for him.
I'm going to go ahead and combine it with this one. He was talking about just the atmosphere.
I don't really know what to say. I'm incredibly proud of our team. I'm happy for the 12s, happy for our city. What an atmosphere, just to be able to take it in after and understand what our team's been able to do up to this point and how they've done it. We're just blessed, just really blessed that we got a heck of a group and a great organization and a great owner and the best fans. So it's humbling too, and it's just pretty awesome. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of speechless.
Yeah, definitely speechless. Mike Macdonald, Bump, we've all joked about this before, varies from a 1 to a 3. Energy level on the sideline is he's just an intense person, an intense, serious, very focused, and mostly level-headed person. And I thought that not only was his interview with Brock and Salk, we'll play cuts from it later, his most natural-sounding interview, his answer to his now famous quote to Michael Strahan was so funny. But just post-game, it was very sincere. I think he was in awe of what his team was able to do.
It's like he planted the seed, and he watched it grow all year, and he kept watering it, and then finally it bloomed. And he has to be looking back at just the journey, man. Part of what makes this so great is the journey. You can be in this moment today and love it up, right? Last night was a dream. We're in Lumen. You feel it, that last drive. They're probably going to win this ball game. And then you get a chance just to reflect. And as, you know, athletes, anyone who's been an athlete or anything, not even an athlete, just you put something into a project, right? And when the project is done and it's executed exactly the way that you want to, it's like you're exhausted. You're mentally and physically exhausted, but it's a good exhausted. And I think that's what he's feeling right now. Still got a game to go.
Yeah.
But to be in his second year and to have this team here, he has to be looking back and saying, dang, what I sought out to do, my process really works and is proven.
He was probably also impressed with what Sam Darnold was able to do, not just with one of his absolute best games of the season in such a big moment, but Sam Darnold barely practiced all week because of this oblique injury. Mike Macdonald did say, like, you know, it seemed like it was improving, so we were feeling really optimistic about it, but he wasn't getting a ton of work in. Here's what Sam said.
Not really. I think, you know, I've actually talked to my teammates about this, but, you know, I think middle of the season, week 9 or 10, I think it might have been a bigger problem, you know, but with all the reps that we've accumulated throughout the season and throughout training camp, OTAs, all that stuff, I wasn't really concerned about, you know, timing or anything like that on certain routes.
You're saying, yeah, I mean, at this point, the chemistry's good. I know where my guys are going to be. We're just focused on not making it worse.
This ain't JV football at Monroe High School, right? JV football, y'all got to practice every day, stay after practice, go before practice. These are professionals.
Some 13-year-old taking strays right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Lil Bobby and them.
What Lil Bobby do?
Lil Bobby and them don't study. They don't watch film. These are pros, man. At this point of the season, he knows Jason's body language and routes. He knows the timing of screens. He knows coverage and protections or whatnot. It's more of a mental game at this point. In the NFL, granted, they got a nice schedule. When I was in the NFL, they used to practice us to the ground. And when Dave was in the NFL,
you were a couple CBAs.
They used to put him under the ground. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Today's NFL is a bit different. They take care of him anyway. So this point of the season, you're not going to have these guys out there running around and banging anyway. It's more mental. You know the plays. Just recognize what you're seeing. Your time is going to be okay.
Julian Love talked about the makeup of the team.
For sure. I mean, we're a young team, but we have a lot of different perspective and experience from all sorts of places. You have D-Law, you have Sam, myself, Leo, EJ's been around the block, Coop. Like, you have that, but then you have homegrown guys that we were able to get in the draft, and it just created a very cool environment. Everyone's feeding off each other. Everyone has a say in the room, and it's not just talk, it's real. If somebody sees something, they say something, and you guys have been in the locker room with us. I mean, it's all led with love. Like, we are very unserious as a unit. We are constantly messing around, but when it's time to dial it in, we do. And so I'll put it to this. I just enjoy going to work every day, every morning, and I leave relatively happy. So that's good.
I think that this highlighted why it's so important to get the right guys in the room. And I don't mean just with what people are physically able to do, but I feel like John Schneider has really doubled down in recent years about the type of mentalities and the type of people and the type of leaders he wants. And you see all of those veteran minds, especially DeMarcus Lawrence, Julian Love, Big Cat, Leo Williams, Cooper Kupp. Like, you see that coming into play.
You just named guys who have been through it. J Love in New York, Leo with the Jets to start, I believe, then to the Giants, struggling over there. D-Law having a team with the Cowboys who are picked to do things every single year and do absolutely nothing. And then you sprinkle in what my homies call at Moonshine Barbecue. They call me, my buddies are like 50 and 60. So you're a Ute. You're a Ute.
A Ute?
Yeah, it's like a young guy, I guess.
Oh.
So then you sprinkle in the Utes as well. You know, you got Eamon Ware, you got Spoon, you got Reek and all those guys. Yeah, like you have the right mix. And of course, it's fun to go to work when you're winning, J Love.
Yeah.
When I was 4-12, it was rough going to work. All right, it was like, dang, we was about to get smacked anyway. But to create that winning culture, you need the right guys and the right talent. That's why John is the executive of the year.
JSN on when he knew this team was special.
Honestly, just playing, practice. Honestly, going against these guys and practice, and the way Sam's talking about, meeting Sam and the way he talks about going through his process and what he likes to do and playmaking ability. So I've said it before. We got a special group that can do it. I said it before the season, and it still holds true.
When did you know
that this team was something special? It took me a while. I saw the potential. I would probably say after that overtime win against the Rams. Because once they did that, I'm like, all right, they're battle tested. Because at that point, I thought the Rams were the best team in football. You're able to come back from that, overcome turnovers, and win that ball game. Then I started to believe, because then I knew in that moment that them as a team, they're like, we're unstoppable. We just came back. They literally said the Rams were laughing at them on the field, and they came back and got that, you know what. After that, I thought to myself, okay, this team can win the Super Bowl. I knew they could go to the playoffs and make a run. We'll see. But in that moment, that's when I started to believe that they could win it.
I agree with you. I think for people in the building, Des Bryant posted a screenshot of a text exchange he had with DeMarcus Lawrence, where DeMarcus Lawrence, he says he'll give him a Rolex if he actually makes the Super Bowl. DeMarcus Lawrence is saying, like, this team is special. This team is real. Sam's going to be great. I'm telling you right now. So for players who are in the building, this realization happened a lot earlier. But here's the thing. I've covered so many teams where players will tell you in August that they're going to win a Super Bowl. So I think as a reporter or as an analyst or as someone on the outside, even if you think like, this team's pretty good, you just want to wait, because you're like, okay, I've been through this before. When am I going to get to a point where I haven't been? And I agree with you. Winning in that comeback fashion, overtime thriller, 2-point conversion to do it, that was something that I hadn't seen. And I thought, okay, this team, because there's a little bit of chaos that happens with great seasons, right? Like it's, I've seen good, boring teams here, and I've seen not entertaining bad teams, but entertaining good teams and boring good teams. And there was a little bit of chaos needed for you to think, okay, yes, this is what Super Bowl seasons feel like. This is what great teams feel like, is there's some wild stuff that happens, and there's ways that they find ways to win.
Can I say big ups to Davante Adams, man? I saw his post game. He was crying. Like, I feel one of the greatest receivers that ever played this game. It's unfortunate you got to play against a team that I got to go against, but big ups to Davante.
Plays of the game coming your way next.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How cool to be able to do this, Brock, after the NFC Championship Game win yesterday. You said you finally got some sleep. It must have been. What was your night like?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, we spent a bunch of time at the stadium and had a lot of family and friends in town, and just peak life, man. Pretty awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. That's Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. 6th Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. Seattle defeated the Rams at Lumen Field 31-27 last night in their third meeting of the season. It was a brilliant game for Sam Darnold, 25-36, 346, and 3 touchdowns. The Seahawks will begin practice next week at San Jose State and face off against the Patriots in Santa Clara.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. I'm going to have so much fun going through these highlights and hearing all of these moments again. So let's get to it. Plays of the game from the NFC Championship Game. We'll start with this one. First quarter, Seattle's first drive. 3rd and 5 at 12:51. Darnold finds Rashid Shaheed for 51.
Darnold from the shotgun. Now he's going to send Walker out to the near side. Time. Ball thrown. Open is Rashid Shaheed. Makes the catch. Dropped at the 25-yard line. Single coverage downfield. Darius Williams. Man-to-man on Rashid Shaheed. And Shaheed just ran right past him. A 50-yard explosive play. And a perfect pass by Sam Darnold. He didn't have to break stride, Shaheed. 51 yards.
You were calling for Deuce to get loose outside of just special teams. What happened here?
Stacy, I got to pat myself on the back on this one.
I already know.
This is I said this was going to happen. You send JSN going across the field on a shallow or a diagonal. You have the safety who has to respect it and bite down. That leaves an isolation on the other side with Rashid Shaheed. Coach Macdonald, Coach Kubiak, you need an assistant. I can do it part-time, okay? Because I knew y'all was going to do this. And it happened just like that. And old boy's lucky Deuce and getting them knees up because I should have been a house call.
That's absolutely right. Well, they end up finding the end zone either way. So this one is going to be on 3rd and 2 at 10:03. Same drive. It's Ken Walker for 2 yards and 7.
3 tight ends in the game for Seattle now. Walker, handoff to him. Starts up the middle. He's going to bounce it right side. He goes in. Touchdown, Seahawks. From 2 yards out, Ken Walker looked inside and said, nope, there's nothing here. I'm going to take off far right side, and he runs it in. His 4th playoff touchdown, and the Seahawks on top 6-0 early.
You've noted multiple times that the final stat line for Ken Walker in the run game doesn't really show how effective it really was, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah, this right here is the Rams got this play dead. I mean, if you pause it when K9 gets a football, he's looking at 3 Rams staring right in his eyeballs, and he bounces outside, just uses his speed. The Rams had the right call. K9 was just better.
All right, let's jump to another one here. Now, not all of these are highlights, and we're going to spend more days later this week talking about, okay, what happened with the defense? Why'd they allow so many explosives? We are going to go over a few lowlights right now, and we'll figure out what happened. So this one's 2nd and 7. It's LA's next drive at 9:16. Stafford for an explosive play of his own, 44 yards to Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua out for the last play in there now. He comes wide to the near side. Stafford under center, play fake. 7-step drop. Stafford looks. He throws. He's got Puka Nacua deep, and he makes the catch. He got behind Spoon and makes the catch, and that quiets the crowd down. So, Lil, if you can do it, we can do it. The Rams with the deep pass that time to Nacua, and for 44 yards, almost nobody gets behind Witherspoon, and yet Puka Nacua did.
Last week, Bump, you said the key to this game is simple. Stop Puka. I was worried with this one. I thought, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, 225 last time. What's going to happen this time?
Yeah, that was the first big play he made, and it looks like it's just man. You got Spoon on 12 on Puka Nacua. He gets aggressive at the line of scrimmage. I think this is where Spoon was like, okay, I got to change my approach a little bit with Puka because he's a bit stronger than I thought he was. Tries to press him, gets an inside release on him, and then just outruns him. And Spoon stumbles just a little bit, but he's still in position to make a play. Like he got his hand on the ball to Puka, man. Once he gets his paws on it, it's a wrap.
LA responds with a field goal, so right now it's 7-3 Seattle. Seattle takes over at 8:15. We're looking at 2nd and 2 at 6:06 in the first quarter. Ken Walker is going to have maybe his best run of the day, certainly one of the coolest, and it's runs like these where I go bird's eye view every time of running backs. Let's make it happen.
Walker stays in the backfield. Bobo in now. He comes in motion on the left side and wings on the left. A handoff straight ahead to Walker. Makes one man absolutely miss at the line of scrimmage. Was that Spates?
Omar Spates.
Omar, stop. Go back to the 45-yard line because you left some laundry back there. Some elastic-type laundry. Holy cow. What a move by Walker. 8 yards and a first down.
Breaking ankles.
Yeah, this is when I say, yeah, you're going to have to pay that dude. You're going to have to pay that dude. He should not have made this happen. When you see athletes or running backs, whatever, in football making moves like this, that's how you know the game is slowed down for him. He is in a beautiful place. One-on-one in the A-gap, makes a guy miss, makes him look silly. In football, you never want your legs to be crossed. That's a bad position to be in. When you're right, it's over your left. Not an athletic position. That's what K9 did to that man. Beautiful run.
All right, let's continue into the Seahawks. Same drive. We're going to 3:19 in the first quarter. A 3rd and 2 conversion. Talking about playmakers, Darnold finds JSN for a one-handed grab.
Holani in the backfield and a play fake to him. Sam rolls left, looks, dumps it over the top. A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN barreled over a security guy on the sidelines who happily gets up. But Jax reaches one hand out, pulls it in for a 9-yard gain. Darnold with a perfect pass. Holy moly. Man, these guys are playing great, and right back to the line of scrimmage come the Hawks.
There's so many storylines heading into this one that I feel like the fact that the top 2 wide receivers in the league was talked about but not highlighted nearly enough, and both of them made spectacular plays, including this one.
Yeah, this is a basic over concept. You have your backside running the post. You have your number 2 on the backside running the shallow. Your number 1 on the play side is run like a bench corner, so you go in and then you loop it back out. And Sam Darnold put the ball in a place where only JSN could get it. This is when, again, when do you know a player is in the zone and is slowing down? When he catches it with one hand and leaves it out there for the ref to see that I have the ball. under control. JSN, great catch.
Okay, I'm going to tell you my question before we even get to the next play because I thought it in the game and I wrote down ask bump how Kyren Williams got so wide open. This is going to end up being a Stafford touchdown to Kyren Williams. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. So this is right at the 2-minute warning. It's for 9 yards and 7.
Stafford out of the shotgun. Corum in the backfield beside him. Puka Nacua, one of 3 receivers left side. Stafford with the long count. Seattle looks like they want to blitz. They don't. Back out. Stafford looks, dumps it off. Wide open. Williams going into the end zone as the Seahawks are all left kind of looking at each other defensively. Who was supposed to have him? Doesn't matter. He scored from 10 yards out. Williams gives the Rams the lead here with $1:55 left to play in the first half. It's 12-10. And
all right, so how do you get so wide open?
All right, so we were watching this live, myself and our producer, Nasa Chobe, and at first we thought it might have been a zone in that Reek, instead of dropping to a zone, kind of bit in with the shallow that Puka was running. But now that I'm looking at it again, or I looked at it last night too, it looks like, man, everyone else is manned up. One of your backers just got caught up in the mix. So what they're doing on the outside is they're running 2 kind of slants or shallows, which is going to cloud the linebacker, and it's hard for him to run and get to the running back who's running back to the left side. So it's like they're sending everything right, and they're running the running back left. The back was just late to react, wide open. Matthew Stafford makes the right read.
All right, let's head to a Seahawks highlight here. So this is where it's going to talk about, wait, is this where I'm going? No, I've got one more here for Darnold to JSN. This one is going to be for 42 yards.
Up in motion from right to left. Helani stays in the backfield. Sam steps up, has time. Going to let it fly down the middle. It's caught. JSN gets clobbered, but he makes the catch at the 20-yard line. Cam Curl, the safety, really drilled him, but Jax held on for a 43-yard completion. He knew he was going to get blasted. He hangs on. The Seahawks are in business. Clock stops now. Timeout called. JSN already over 100 yards. 6 receptions for 102 yards.
Back to explosive plays. 51 yards earlier in the game and now 42 to JSN.
All right, so it looks like they're in cover 2 high safeties. What they do is they're going to motion Cooper Kupp from right to left, and he's going to release outside of JSN, who's on the left side. He takes care of that corner. He occupies him. So now JSN is in the slot. He essentially has a one-on-one with the safety right now. In cover 2, the safeties have deep halves. So what JSN is going to do, he's running a corner post. So he threatens the deep half. The safety has to respond. He flips his hips to the sideline. Then he cuts it back in for the post look. And now you just got to hit it right in the middle in between the safeties. Great throw by Sam Darnold. Better catch.
Not done with the JSN show. This one is going to be on 2nd and 14. 25 seconds left in the first half. Sam Darnold finds JSN for 14 yards and 7 points.
JSN now comes into the backfield. Sam out of the shotgun. Looks, steps, throws back corner. Touchdown! Seahawks! JSN on the left side. Wide open. And you love to see defensive backs stop and look at each other and say, who the hell was supposed to cover him? He was wide open from 14 out, and the Seahawks retake the lead 16-13.
Why did this play work?
It's the design. It's beautiful. You got Jason in the backfield, but I believe that's George Helani. Jason's on the left side of Sam Darnold. He has 2 receivers outside. You got Cooper Kupp, and you have Rashid Shaheed. It looks like the Rams are in a cover 4. So you got deep quarters. You got 4 that are going deep. What happens is once Jason releases out the backfield, you have Cooper Kupp who's taking care of the flat defender. You have Rashid Shaheed who's taking care of the overtop safety. So they pretty much open it up like the Red Sea. Right, Cooper Kupp takes the flat defender left. Rashid takes the safety right. Now you're wide open, butt naked on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. And this is just design. This is when I was like, okay, Kubiak. And as a coordinator, when you draw up this play, you get the coverage that you wanted, and it happens exactly the way you want to. You are feeling yourself. Kubiak should be feeling himself. Great play design.
The Seahawks went into the half up 17-13, got the ball to start the third quarter, and I thought, oh, here they go. They're going to build on this lead. Is this where the game gets away from the Rams? And then, unfortunately, they're forced to punt, and you're thinking, missed opportunity. And then special teams comes into play.
Michael Dixon will punt. Xavier Smith, the deep man for the Rams. And this, again, another rainmaker, high spiral. Smith falls down. Ball, Seahawks. Smith backing up, trying to call fair catch. Falls down, and the ball hits hits him. The Seahawks recover, and they are inside the 20-yard line on the Hawks on offense. The first mistake by the Rams tonight, and the first turnover of the game. Seattle has the ball, 1st and 10.
Special teams sure does become a talking point between these two teams.
Man, didn't they fire their special teams guy?
Yes.
But this has nothing to do with him. As a former punt returner, I felt so bad for this dude. As a Seahawk analyst and employee, I was hyped as heck. Yeah, man. As a returner, you fall down, you shook. You are shook. You couldn't read the ball. It didn't seem like it was windy that night. This was just a returner, but we saw him kind of bobble the first one, right? After that first bobble, I'm thinking he's due. He's going to drop one. That's exactly what happened. This is why you run to the football. Yeah, special teams coming up big.
Yeah, love that Young got it because people were, I think, criticizing him for kind of pulling off to the side, kind of killing his momentum a little bit. And there was he could have had this play even earlier. And then got it right this time, which is really good to see. Okay, so Seattle takes over at LA's 17-yard line, wastes no time at 12:07 in the third quarter. Darnold to Bobo.
Wideouts to both sides, play fake. Darnold looks. Now he's going to throw back to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown! Seahawks. Jake Bobo might have been the third guy in the progression, but he lines up left side, gets under the goalpost, and Sam just throws a rope. A 17-yarder, and the Seahawks extend their lead after the mistake, the fumble, the muff by the Rams.
Not Jake Bobo. How'd he get here?
Bobo. Listen, when Bobo's in the game, they're typically going to run the football. All right, so I'm sure the Rams are thinking that because of this personnel, because we have 2 tight ends in the game, 19 is in the game, it's a packed-in formation. They're probably going to run the football. What I like about this is on the opposite side, JSN is pointing out the blitz. He goes, look, there's going to be a corner blitz. That helps out K9. K9 picks up the blitz. So now JSN runs wide. All right, you got a safety who's going to get over the top of JSN, obviously, because he is the best receiver in the game. So now you got one-on-one with a corner, and Jake Bobo runs a corner post, flips to hips. Darnold puts it where he can get it. He makes a play, and Darnold takes a hit on this play, too. Stands tall. Great play.
Okay, so LA responds. I'm going to save some of these when we talk about the defense later this week. They pick up over 70 yards in 3 plays and then find Devontae Adams for a 2-yard touchdown. So at this point, what felt like it could run away for Seattle 24-13 has become 24-20. Seattle responds. We're going to go to Cooper Kupp's 13-yard touchdown here from Darnold, 4:57 in the third quarter.
Out of the shotgun, here comes the 4-man Rams rush. Sam steps up, throws back inside. Kupp makes the catch. Touchdown! Seahawks! The former Ram Super Bowl MVP. Now the Seahawks, and he has another big catch. 13 yards and a touchdown. This is a guy who's used to making big plays at the biggest moments. And there's none bigger than tonight. The NFC Championship. Seahawks now lead again by 10, 31, make it 30-20.
Love that for Cooper against his former team.
Gotta love it, man. This is why you run your routes, man. You're in trips formation. You got Cooper Kupp outside of the trips. He's the number 1 receiver. Number 2 inside of him is Deuce Deuce, and then you have 11 at the number 3 spot. 11 runs kind of like a delay, right? He goes 5 yards, sits, and then he goes across the formation. That's going to bring the linebackers with him. Your number 2 receiver, Deuce Deuce, is going to run a corner that holds the safety and the corner. So now you got Cooper Kupp one-on-one with the flat defender. He sits in a hole. Because everyone did what they're supposed to do, because 11 runs across the field, because Deuce Deuce gets up high, 10's able to sit down in the middle of that pocket, get the football, get north and south.
Seattle takes a 31-20 lead. Matthew Stafford responds with a 34-yard touchdown to Puka Nacua. Seattle takes over, has to punt, then LA takes over, and this is kind of a pivotal drive. This is the pivotal drive when it comes to the defense. So LA takes over at 12:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. They got all the way down to 4:59 remaining. They've gone 3rd and 4, a pass breakup by Devin Witherspoon. Now it's 4th and 4. Devin Witherspoon at 4:59.
4th down and 4 for the Rams. Williams in the backfield, Adams to the left. Puka Nacua slots on the right side. Stafford, shotgun snap, pump fake, has time, looks, fires to the end zone, almost intercepted by Witherspoon. He jumps in front of the intended receiver, Ferguson. Almost came up with a pick, but it doesn't matter because the Seahawks take over on 4th down. They did their job to the defense. They gave up a lot of yards, but they keep the Rams out of the end zone.
All right. What a play by I mean, for as bad a night as the defense had, and again, I'm skipping over some of these lowlights because we'll talk about them later this week. This was a moment they meant.
What I like about this is they made sure Puka Nacua was not going to get that football. They bracketed him. So they showed pressure off the right side of the offensive line. But then that DN ends up dropping and sitting underneath the Puka Nacua. You have the safety over the top. So that's called a bracket right there. Everyone else is manned up. They made sure 12 wasn't getting it. And Spoon, he had a couple of rough plays that game, but came up big with this one, manned up, making a play. This is when I started to think, oh my goodness, is this really happening?
LA tries to drive with 10 seconds left. Matthew Stafford targets Puka Nacua for 21 yards. Puka stays in bounds, and this one is over. Seahawks clinch a trip to Super Bowl 60. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down bump. Who was Mr. Stay Ready last night?
Mr. Stay Ready, number 19, Jake Bobo. When he's in the game, you typically are going to run the football. You're going to run the rock, right? That's what he's there for. But the route that he ran, the precision that he ran it at, and the football that was thrown to him was beautiful. B. Walt last night told us a story. It's one of the swaggiest stories I've heard, right? So he's down on the football field. He does coverage for a TV station here. And he goes up to Jake Bobo and he says, hey, and he's flossing. He got a Super Bowl ring going. I see you, B, right? And he goes up to Jake Bobo and he says, hey, man, there's only one other 19 that has a Super Bowl ring. B. Walt, you go ahead and be the next one. I was like, woo, B. We were like, that's some mafia stuff right there. Like, listen, Jake Bobo, there's only one 19. You be the next 19. I was like, all right, B, I see you, baby. It was a heck of a story. Thanks for sharing that with us, B. That was awesome. But no, Jake Bobo, man, he made a play on special teams as well during the kick return, and he made that play right there. This is why you stay ready. Jake Bobo making that play is what the Seahawks have been all year. You never know who's going to make a play. Is it Jake Bobo? Is it Ty Okada? Is it Drake Thomas? Like, you don't know who's going to make the play.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for Jake Bobo and B-Wall. Thanks for sharing that story. That was cool.
Second down. What impressed you the most about Klint Kubiak?
It was that first drive. That first drive was something special. You came out, you ran the football, you ran a screen, you took a shot, you're down inside the 5, and you're stubborn with the run. It was just beautiful, man. The confidence I got after watching that first drive, it settled me down because I'm watching. I'm nervous. I'm in the booth with Ryan, with Wyman and Rabel, and Sharon sitting there, and I'm nervous. I'm a nervous wreck. But I saw the confidence that Kubiak had in his game plan, and it settled me down, man. I like the variety pack. It was a variety pack of offensive plays. He showed everything. You took a shot, you ran the football, you ran a screen. Now the Rams are thinking about everything now. We got to stop everybody. So, yeah, man, Kubiak, big ups.
You know what I've always noticed about those chip variety packs? It feels like there's the fewest amount of Doritos and the most amount of Fritos, right? Isn't that, you know what I mean? Like, variety packs get you by putting in like 2 to 4 of the best flavors, and then they'll be like, here's 20 bags of Fritos.
There's a lot of filler.
Yeah, it makes me mad. I think we need to, Curtis, bookmark that for another conspiracy corner. I think that's how they're getting rid of their worst chips. Third down. What statement was made last night?
We opened the show with this, but I'm going to say it again. Put some respect on Sam Darnold's name. I need everyone who doubted him to apologize. Y'all were treating him like you don't treat all these other quarterbacks. Quarterbacks don't just win Super Bowls. Quarterbacks don't just get to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is at home. Lamar's at home. Mahomes is at home. All the top quarterbacks in the game are at home. You got Drake May and Sam Darnold squaring off for the Super Bowl. I just hate the lazy takes. It's been lazy all year, and I can tell it's lazy because a lot of these dudes ain't watching film. They're just hearing what someone else says, and they're running with it. They're looking at a chart and saying, this is what it has to be. Watch film. Grind this out, man. I'm happy for Sam, proving all the doubters wrong. We knew the whole time. Did he make me nervous at times? Yes, he turned football over.
Absolutely.
But do we think he was capable of putting a game like this together? Most definitely.
Yep.
Stop being lazy. Do your homework. Stop watching Netflix and watch some film.
Okay, first of all, nothing wrong with Netflix. You know what I mean? I love Netflix. But what I will say is stop making bad comparisons. I don't watch film like Bump watches film, which is why I listen to Bump and Wyman and Brock when they talk about these teams. What I do think people do with Sam Darnold a ton is just make comparisons that don't make sense. He's like Trent Dilfer. What? Go look at their numbers. No, he's not. He throws a lot of interceptions. Well, yes, unfortunately led all quarterbacks in the regular season in turnovers. But how many interceptions did Matthew Stafford have in 2021 when the Rams won the Super Bowl? The answer's 17. Correct. He did lead the league in interceptions. Because when you throw it that much, that happens. Sam has taken care of the ball in 3 consecutive games going back to Week 18 of the regular season. I think that you're right. People just say things that feel right. Game manager without actually looking at, not even looking at the numbers. At that point, you're not even looking at Pro Football Focus.
Nah.
Reference.
You just listening to what they say on ESPN and say, that must be true.
Saying it.
I ain't watching film like that on Samuel.
4th down quickly. Look,
Okay,
I'm
Mom.
driving here.
Okay,
I'm
Mom.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Eyes
Mom.
on me. Everyone in the car. Seatbelts on. I got 30 seconds.
Well,
Thoughts on the night.
You're still talking. I gotta go.
On the night.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I third quarter I always get down to the field or the stadium and I walk around and the energy was crazy. Seattle was united last night. It was beautiful. 12s, you did great. Other than the guy getting pepper sprayed, the lady getting thrown out the club like a man, and all the fights that were happening, it was beautiful.
Did we get a hint about the uni matchup for Super Bowl 60? That's next.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is 1 is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe.
You know how we do it.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports.
You are now entering the death zone. Welcome.
Season 2 of Unrivaled Basketball is here, and the energy is unreal. Stacy Ross here telling you to get ready because the best women's players on the planet are running it back with even bigger moments and bigger stakes. Built for the players, created by women's basketball stars, Unrivaled gives athletes a high-quality, U.S.-based off-season league with better visibility and support. So don't miss as Paige Beckers, Nafisa Collier, Kelsey Plum, and more take the court and redefine the game. If you love high-intensity hoops, this is the league you've been waiting for. More action, more highlights, more star power. Every matchup, every highlight, every moment that makes you jump out of your seat, it's all back and bigger than ever. This isn't your regular season. This is Unrivaled. Games air on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. Super easy to watch no matter where you are. Unrivaled Basketball, where the pace is faster, the energy is higher, and every athlete shines.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, Contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with people come first.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Hi, I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, ultra-low sugar brain and body fuel. Our IQ Bar plant protein bars help you refuel smarter. Our IQ Mix Zero Sugar Hydration Mixes help you hydrate harder. And our IQ Joe Instant Mushroom Coffees help you caffeinate larger. All three product lines boost physical performance, but they also boost mental performance via nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane. Right now, you can try our epic IQ Bar Ultimate Sampler Pack with 9 protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 coffee sticks. Win your day with clean ingredients, amazing taste, and superior brain and body nutrition. Try IQ Bar today.
Get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get this exclusive radio offer. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Look, there's not much of a work-life balance for most head coaches in the NFL. I think it's something not a lot of people give them credit for. You know, it sounds like a sexy, cool job until you realize how much time you're at the facility. Mike Macdonald went viral over the weekend with his story about his weekly schedule in an interview with King 5.
I actually think I'm here less, which is, I wish some of our coaches took that as well, but you know, on Thursdays, I don't get to see Jack throughout the week as much. So Thursdays I try to get, which is today, I try to get home pretty quick to be with him for maybe a half hour before he goes to bed. And then I got a setup at my house where I can go, and then I work on the game plan. But it's able to spend some more time at home and be with Jack. And also it kind of lets you kind of get away from everything and kind of see things from a different perspective. And it keeps you fresh, so it's been helpful.
I think most people were just joking about 30 minutes with your kid. This man is a madman.
No, that's the coaching life, man. It ain't for the weak. I mean, during the season, those guys are 14 to 16-hour days. It's real. It's so hard to prepare your team for a football game. And if you want to do it correctly, you're putting in the hours like him. I mean, I've only coached in high school, and I'm up until 2 o'clock in the morning game planning, making sure I got my kids ready to go. So I can imagine at that level. So, yeah, but during the offseason, he'll get some time to be with Jack and hang out with family.
Jack is 1 year old.
Jack ain't gonna remember this.
Jack's an infant. I don't remember anything from when I was 1. I think some people, which I'm very smart. I think I learned to read very young, so I certainly remember some things. But no, people were taking this. Some people way too far, getting way too kind of shame on you about it, and I'm dude, it's fine.
It's what
His
is
kid's college is
required.
paid for.
Yeah, this is what's required. Do you want to go to a Super Bowl or not?
Look, are you happy or are you not? Okay. Did we get a hint about the uniform matchup for Super Bowl 60 from ESPN Patriots reporter Mike Reese? He says, well, not yet official, unless I missed it somewhere else. The early word I'm hearing is that the Patriots would go with their white jersey, white pants combination for Super Bowl 60. The Patriots are the designated home team for the game and can choose which uniform they want to wear. New England hasn't worn their blue jerseys in a Super Bowl since their loss to the Giants in 2012.
So what does that mean? We blew it up?
That means exactly that.
We blew it up.
Which is
So
the
even though they're the
uniform
road
combo
team,
from Super Bowl 49. I don't like that.
That's on purpose.
I don't like that.
They did that on purpose. I don't like that. I don't like that. Only bad memories in that uni combo. Although,
why can't we wear the throwbacks?
It has to be
Super
determined
Bowl.
before the season, which makes no sense to me. I don't know why you can't just do what you want to do.
Yeah, I saw this really cool photoshopped image of what the throwbacks would look like between both teams, and it's amazing. I love when primary colors, or like, are blue and red primary colors?
Sure.
Yes.
Right. And then there's another one too. Yellow,
There's two more.
green.
Yeah, green and yellow.
Right. Well, I
Those are
love
four,
when
yeah.
primary colors are on opposite sides of a uniform combo.
Yeah.
Just like that stark comparison. I just want to also point out, I knew they were primary colors. It's just there are some things
Red,
like when
yellow,
you're-
and blue.
No, but you know what I mean?
primary
Like when
colors.
you hear about people on Jeopardy or on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when you're like, obviously the answer is this, but sometimes when you're
In the moment.
when you're under pressure, like things that you know to be true,
Yeah, it's like when
you just
I
stumble over it for
when
a
I
minute.
spelled eagle in 3rd grade.
Exactly.
E-G-L-E. I knew how to spell eagle.
I know how to spell
It was
eagle.
the pressure.
And I know my colors. I learned this years ago. Okay. Next up, the Seahawks made one bettor a very rich man last night and could make him even richer with a win in Super Bowl 60 from Ben Fox. A bettor at BetMGM won $1.4 million on a preseason Seattle Seahawks futures wager. Now, you had to have money to win that much because he bet $50,000 on the Seahawks to win the NFC.
Imagine having that much to
That's what
drop.
I'm saying.
Just, yeah, 50,000. Take it or leave it.
Every time they're like, oh my God, this guy won $2 million on this bet. I'm like, first of all, that man is a gambling addict because I can promise you he put down an irresponsible amount of money to win that much.
Is it
Either way.
irresponsible if you got it? It ain't tricking if you got it.
$50,000.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Sure. But then winning $1.4 million probably isn't a lot to you.
My brother-in-law won like I think he's up like 2,000 or 3,000. He bet on the Seahawks to win the NFC West.
Like $10, $20.
And, no, it was like a few $100.
Yeah.
And to go to Super Bowl.
I just don't.
He's up.
I don't gamble, man. I feel I'll waste money shopping and on Uber Eats, which is just as useless. But
also a gamble sometimes.
Also, you know what I mean?
Gamble. You know the worst thing about Uber Eats? When someone brings you your food and they just look dirty. I'm like, you were
They got a
touching
dirty card.
my
Yeah.
bag
Yeah.
and man, just be clean. They treat it like Uber, like real Uber. Be clean.
You know what else is a thing that happens? I swear to God, when you do Uber Eats, let's say you do like a Chipotle bowl, I don't think they put in as much food as they would if you were there in person.
Nah, you ain't looking at them.
And I saw a Twitter thread where a woman said that she changed her name on Uber Eats to a man's name and she's gotten more food now.
Wow.
Like they give her
Does
bigger
men need
portions.
bigger portion
I think
sizes?
they just assume like this person's going to want more food.
Wow.
So that's what I'm going to do. It's not Stacy anymore. It's Steven. Okay. And I'm going to go back to Chipotle and I'm going to place my order. A lot of, So even if the Seahawks don't win the Super Bowl, he still comes out on top with $900,000. Just a cool $900,000. I'm getting a lot of flack for the primary color thing. Okay.
We corrected it, though.
I corrected
We
it.
said we took it back. The green was not a primary color.
Yeah. See,
Right.
I look, there's a lot of things I know.
People just want to focus on.
You got really quiet after
No,
that.
I'm just saying that people are focusing on the original. They didn't listen carefully for the correction.
It's not my job to know colors. Okay? It's my job to know sports. Next
I
up.
know sports. I'm Stacy.
I'm Stacy. A lot of college football coaches have threatened to name names of schools who tamper, but Clemson's Dabo Swinney, I know sports, actually went and did it on Friday. He went after Ole Miss and their head coach, Pete Golding.
The GM assured Jordan that he had communicated to the agent that he wanted no part of this and that his relationship with Jordan was more important to him than Luke Ferrelli, but that Pete Golding just does what he does, quote, unquote. So at 1:30, Sorrells met with Luke face-to-face in his office, and Luke communicated to Jordan and to Ben Boulware that Pete texted him on Wednesday morning, the head coach at Ole Miss, when he was in his 8 a.m. class. And he said the text message said, "I know you're signed. What's the buyout?" And he also, Luke said that Coach Golding also texted him a picture of a $1 million contract. Luke also mentioned to Jordan and to Ben that Coach Golding had Trinidad Chambliss call him from his phone, and that Coach Golding was there continuing to talk on his phone to push him to re-enter the transfer portal.
Dabo said, well, I'll tell you about schools tampering. I will tell you all the details. Ole Miss can't complain. They tamper too.
Is it illegal?
Tampering?
Are there rules against this? There's no structure.
There are no rules in college football.
There are no rules.
Dabo's just mad at this because he doesn't use the portal at all. Like, he lives in the dark ages. He's recruiting high school guys, and so he's mad that other teams are taking his players when he just doesn't do the same thing. He has every opportunity. They have the money. They could go do it.
There are no rules to this, so Dabo, stop crying about it. Now, you know what? Take it up to NCAA. Be a pioneer. Be a leader, and try to get some structure to this. If it's not against the rules, I don't want to hear about it. Stop crying.
We've seen ad patches make their way across American professional sports in the last few years, but now they're coming to college sports in the fall of 2026. That's this fall. Schools can put up to two ad patches on their uniforms and no more than 4 square inches. Schools aren't allowed to advertise with companies that are in direct conflict of corporate sponsors of the NCAA tournament, the College World Series, or the college football playoff. What would be the most appropriate sponsor for the Huskies or Cougs?
Cougs, it would be,
like
something
Keystone
with
Light.
agriculture or something.
Oh.
We're an agricultural school, Stacy, and we have a great nursing program.
Right.
We're more than just drinking beer.
I know.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
We're
The first thing
better
a
than
lot of us thought about was, unfortunately,
All right,
just
and
beer.
yours would be what, Grey Poupon or something like that?
Yeah, I love Dijon mustard. It's a wonderful. What do you mean would be Grey Poupon? It's amazing.
What's that sauce you like?
Obama likes it.
What's that sauce you like?
Aioli.
Yeah, aioli.
A lot of people
There
like
you go.
aioli. Aioli is a
It'd be
very popular
aioli.
sauce. It's delicious. That's
Mhm.
great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, we should get a Chipotle sponsor.
Chipotle.
I may be turning from Taco Bell. Now, Chipotle is a heavier hit on the wallet, but
Taco
let me tell you
Bell,
what.
man. I had Taco Bell for the first time in like a year,
Yeah.
a month ago. Stomach was in shambles.
Taco Bell, they've got insane people working there.
Yeah.
Insane people. They're like, what if we made an Oreo cookie crust a shell and we continued to put beef and lettuce in it?
Innovation.
They're crazy.
Innovation at Taco Bell.
Crazy people. Thank God for them. All right. The best thing ever when your team makes it to a Super Bowl is not just watching your team in the Super Bowl. It's looking back at everyone who was wrong. A hot take down the worst takes we heard about the 2025 Seahawks coming up next.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How cool to be able to do this, Brock, after the NFC Championship Game win yesterday. You said you finally got some sleep. It must have been. What was your night like?
Oh, it was awesome. We spent a bunch of time at the stadium and had a lot of family and friends in town, and just peak life, man. Pretty awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
Tons of stuff happening this January, and believe me, whatever you're into, you can have an absolute blast doing it at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Take, for example, the playoff games. Watch every game at Porter's Bay Sports Bar and Book. Cheer loud with the 12s and enjoy a steak dinner at their steakhouse on property after the game. Stay the night in one of their deluxe rooms and wake up feeling like a winner. If dry January is your kick, enjoy a relaxing stay at the spa and have a good night's rest. If you want to test your luck, winter warm-up drawings every Friday for a chance at 5Gs and Polar Pals every Saturday for a chance at 10Gs. Claim your free daily entry at any promo kiosk on property. That's all you have to do to enter. Silver Reef Casino is the spot. Check it out if you haven't, but if you've been, you already know what you're missing. Stay tuned to have great events for the big game and the Garth guys. The Trippy Man to Garth Bricks coming soon. Drive up I-5 exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
After years of football and the injuries that go with it, my first thought was always go get surgery. Hey, it's Dave Wyman, but after a consultation with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, my eyes were open to an alternative to surgery, and I'm talking about stem cell therapy. Well, and my buddy and co-host Bob Stelton, also in pain, and decided to go see Dr. Wagner.
I had a hip issue from 14 years of jiu-jitsu.
How's the pain now?
Everything I did before, I can do just as well. Hitting the heavy bag, sparring, rolling, all of that is back in play.
this whole thing has been such a pleasant surprise because I really was of the mindset, I'm going to have to go under the knife. I'm going to have to get surgery. And this really saved me from that. I could not be happier with the results. Whether it's a hip like Bob had, a shoulder, a knee, a wrist, an ankle, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Do it. You will not regret it. Hey, get the facts, hear from all the patients I've talked to, and schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass, and sure enough, it's their Olympic series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/game to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/game for 20% off. trustandwill.com/GAME.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
It's time for a hot takedown, the worst takes we've heard about the 2025 Seahawks. Now, before I get on, the podium, that's not the word I'm looking for. Before I come out here and start shaming anyone for their takes, I do want to start by saying I did not think that the Seahawks would be in the Super Bowl. I thought the expectation should be they get to the playoffs. And I did not think that Sam Darnold would look as good as he has. I thought that they would need to lean into having the number one defense and having a great run game, and that would be the recipe. And that was half the recipe. So shout out to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks for proving so many people wrong. I did not think that they would finish 4th in the NFC West, which I think is what some people did. But let's get to some of these takes. Emmanuel Acho on his podcast this morning will still not give Sam Darnold credit.
As much as we're praising Sam Darnold, shame on the Rams defense for allowing us to praise Sam Darnold this much. Like, y'all allowed Sam Darnold to look like Matthew Stafford. Y'all allowed Sam Darnold to look like Peyton Manning. Y'all allowed Sam Darnold to have a Tom Brady stat line. Like, y'all allowed that to happen. So shame on the Rams defense for allowing a person who has forever had his confidence in the balance, who has forever had his talent guessed, who has forever had his ability second guessed, for allowing him to go out there and have the game of his life. Like, all things considered, Sam Darnold played the best playoff game in the playoffs of all the applicable quarterbacks. Jordan Love had 4 touchdowns. I believe that was wild card round. Sam Darnold went out there and played better statistically than every quarterback. And there's been about, 15 or so games played by quarterbacks in this playoffs, and y'all let Sam Darnold have the best statistical game?
Bump. How dare they?
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. You just gotta have a take. Gotta have a take.
Why didn't Sam Darnold just do what he did for the majority of the season and just have a good game and went head-to-head with Matthew Stafford and took advantage of what the defense was giving him? It's almost like he wasn't paying attention for some of the year. You know what I mean? It's almost like he might just look at the box score and then determine that Sam is this or he's that. No, I mean, it's his job to have a take, I guess. But the Rams didn't let anything happen. Sam took that.
Yep. Bruce Arians had a couple sound bites come back to bite him last night. First, this one.
Which quarterback do you have the most questions about going into this weekend?
That would be Sam Darnold. As good as he's playing, this Ram defense just seems to be a bugaboo for him.
You have more questions about Sam Darnold than Jarrett Stidham?
Yeah, because I kind of know what Jared's going to give me.
Wow.
I don't know how, but okay, I love that.
I appreciate Kay Adams saying, I don't know how, but it's wonky. Good for you, Bruce. And then I'm combining it with this one.
I think you have to establish a run for sure and keep the run game going so you could throw those play actions. Sam is so good in the play. If Sam drops back 25 times in this game, it's not going to be good. That defense, that sack machine they got from LA is too good.
Uh-oh. I fear he was wrong. It's okay. Sometimes we're all wrong. We're all wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
but less confidence than in Jarrett Stidham is a wild take.
Jarrett Stidham hadn't thrown a football in 1,000 days.
That's trying to have a take, and you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You and your newsboy cap need to chill.
And I respect Bruce. You know, Bruce was part of what happened in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and all that good stuff. Yeah. Like, I respect Bruce, but that's just ridiculous. You mean to tell me you got 18 to 19 weeks of film on Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. You got Jarrett Stidham who ain't thrown a football in a game in 2 years, and you got more faith in Stidham?
Yep.
That whatever. All right, Bruce.
From March of 2025, NFL Network's Greg Rosenthal, who did, I want to say, in the preview show for this Sunday's game, picked the Seahawks to win. But prior to that, way back in March, probably wants to walk this one back about questioning the Geno Smith trade.
But one thing they haven't thought about.
Okay.
Geno Smith is better at football. The sport of football. So when he throws the ball, it goes exactly where he wants it to go. Before the play starts, Geno Smith gets a picture in his head, and after the play starts, he has an even clearer picture in his head, and he's very smart at understanding what is happening out there on the football field. I question whether Sam Darnold does that as well, but I do understand with the change in the system, that was the one part of the equation that for Seattle in a vacuum, it does make sense. But we don't live in a vacuum. Geno Smith is better.
Now, he was not the only person, far from the only person to go, hey, Seattle, Geno may be a better passer here. What are you doing? Geno did not pan out in Vegas.
Here's one thing, though. That take isn't as egregious as the other ones because Geno was playing some good ball.
He was.
I could see why someone would want to go with Geno over Sam Darnold. So I disagree with him. Even at the time, I felt like it was a parallel move at the time, and I was wrong with that. I thought you're making a parallel move, probably going to get the same type of production out of Sam you get out of Geno.
Right.
So I'm not too mad at that one. Yeah. I can see that. The Stidham thing got me hot though.
The Stidham thing is trying to emphasize your lack of faith by saying something that I don't believe you actually believe in.
Yeah.
I don't think Bruce Arians believes with his gut, in his heart, in his brain, that Jarrett Stidham is a better quarterback or a more sure thing than Sam Darnold. I think he's just trying to emphasize he has questions about Sam Darnold and then point to the biggest question from Sunday going, I mean, at least with this guy, I know.
It's baffling to me that a man who has been in the league that long, who has won a Super Bowl,
yeah,
has constructed great teams, comes with a take that says he believes in a guy who hadn't thrown a football in the NFL in 2 years.
Yep.
Over a man who's won the most football games in a 2-year span with two different teams in NFL history.
I think, though, that people thought when Sam Darnold was leaving the Vikings, oh, well, he had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and Kevin O'Connell and an offensive line that wasn't good, that had questions on the interior, but was better than Seattle's. Like, the Vikings' offensive line graded out better than Seattle's offensive line last year. And given that his final game was just horrifically falling apart under a suffocating pass rush, people thought, well, that's going to happen to him in Seattle, and he's not going to have Justin Jefferson. And he's not going to have those weapons. Like, I see where the logic was. That's what I feared. I feared that if the run game wasn't going to take off and the offensive line didn't improve, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, but Stidham, Stacy.
I know Stidham is objectively, that is a bad
That's
take.
why I
It's
feel
a
what
bad
you're
take.
saying.
Yeah.
Bruce was he was smoking that
He
funny
was
stick.
out of pocket for that one. Last one, DK Metcalf on getting traded to the Steelers. This is from the summer of 2025.
Like I said, I had a chance to play with some great players, man, from Russ to, Bobby to Marshawn. Got a chance to Locke as well. Got a chance to meet some greats like Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman. But, it's just time for me to move on. I think it's the grass is greener, on the other side.
I don't know that it was.
I mean, financially it was.
Financially, it sure was.
He made some money.
And what else were you going to say?
Yeah, well, you have to go in with your whole heart when you leave a situation and let your fans know I'm all about you. You got to kind of not bash them, but make it seem like this opportunity is better. But we all knew.
Yeah.
We all knew.
I mean, you got to think of like DeMarcus Lawrence when he told Brian Nemhauser, like, I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl at Dallas, but I could do that here.
Yeah.
There's a world where he doesn't back that up, and people are like, I can't believe you said that.
There's things that you
saw the
say
vision.
when you switch up.
Yeah.
You got to fully commit. That's what that was.
What caught my eye? Coming your way next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth with Wyman and Bob.
How are you, my friend?
New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to get in shape this year. My only goal is to become an underpants model. That's all I've ever really wanted. And if you guys know of anybody in the underpants business, let me know.
Dave loves that you call them underpants. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely shredded.
Get every can't miss conversation on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
And this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Lonnie. Lonnie, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
We've been with the same insurance company for over 32 years. And my husband said, come on, let's at least try it. And that was the smartest thing we ever did because we saved thousands, literally thousands a year on our insurance. They improved it. It cost me less, and it was a higher value. I can't say enough good things about Scott because everything that he said he'd do, he did.
What do you tell your friends they can expect when they make the call to First Mark?
An easy, profitable, and actually pleasant call. They genuinely are trying to help you, and you can't beat that. We were silly to wait so long. A couple other friends that had called, too. They said, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
You see, Lonnie did it. My family did it. You got to do it, and it's totally free. Go take the First Mark Challenge today. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates demonstrates honesty and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing, whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. Seattle defeated the Rams at Lumen last night, 31-27 in their third meeting of the season. It was a brilliant game for Sam Darnold, 25 of 36, 346, 3 touchdowns. Hey, speaking of quarterbacks, Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders will replace Pat starter Drake May in the Pro Bowl since, obviously, May's Patriots are heading to Santa Clara to take on the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. After every Seahawks game, and by the way, I'm so glad we still have another to talk about. Bump and I talk about the moments that captured our attention. So it could be a big play, maybe a player that didn't get enough credit on a block, something that either left you scratching your head, circling it on your play sheet, or made you see a player or a moment differently. So let's get to it with What Caught My Eye Conference Championship Edition. Bump, what caught your eye?
What caught mis ojos? One hand grab, man. Jason one hand grab. My buddy, who's a Niners fan, texted me after that JSN catch. It was like, the Hawks are playing with so much swag. I hate it. You felt it. I mean, the confidence was there. And JSN let everybody know, look, I'm the best in the game. I am the best receiver in the game. Me and this guy across the field for me, number 12, are two of the hottest receivers in the game right now. JSN, I didn't think he would have to have this type of game. I thought it was going to be like a lower scoring game.
Same.
But you know what? You do what you got to do. So it was awesome to see that.
Yeah, it was just dominant. You feel good knowing that we essentially are, well, we do have a bye week here, but look, I'm going to say selfishly, as someone whose job it is sometimes to talk about these games for 7 days after the game or 5 days after the game, you love it when there's a lot to talk about. There is so much to talk about with this one, and I love that the final version of themselves that they showed to all of us before they take off to Santa Clara is one that was very well-rounded. I don't have massive questions about the defense. It just wasn't their best day. This is an unbelievable defense. I'm so glad, though, that the offense looked dominant.
Yeah.
Amazing catch by JSN, like you said, just smooth. Everything was just confident. Very cool to see. Next up. We talked about it earlier in the show, but I want to get back to it because I think it caught everyone's eyes. The rookie, Nicky Manwari, getting after Rick Woolen following Woolen's taunting penalty. And most other universes, I think people feel like, what's that rookie doing getting into it with someone on the sideline, especially a veteran player, or like, oh, argue on the sideline. That's a sign of failure or a sign of a problem. This team's breaking apart. The last part is definitely not true. With the first part, I was impressed by it, man. I kind of liked it. You don't want players fighting, but like, I like that the rookie felt like turning to a veteran and getting after him for that.
It's accountability. Even the rookie knew, like, look, we can't have that. Like, that could cost us the game. And it dang near did cost them the game. You make a great play defensively. You can talk your talk. You do a little something. Once the ref tells you to move on, you move along. And if 27 haven't learned yet, there's a spotlight on them. They have conversations about Rick Woolen before the game.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I think a lot of some of the things he's done has been warranted. Like, I've seen Witherspoon talk crap. I've seen Imawari talk crap. I've seen Uchenna do it. It's just something about the way 2-7 does it rubs referees the wrong way. He just has to be aware because that could have been really bad.
Yeah, I really liked what Julian Love had to say after the game. If you guys haven't seen it, it's in his post-game press conference. And he said, yes, it kind of basically said, like, what do you want us to do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he knows he was wrong. He feels bad about it. He knows that he shouldn't have done it. Okay, now what? What are you going to do, take him out of the game forever? Like, we need him. He's an important part of our defense. Like, we're all part of a defense. We all make mistakes. Like, I think having the emotional IQ was good to be able to be like, yeah, you can get mad at each other in the moment, but as a team, you need to recognize that each of you are important, and like, you can't listen to that emotional part of you that goes, bench him to teach him a lesson.
Not in that moment.
You know, or I saw people cut him. What? No, you're going to the Super Bowl. You could definitely use cornerback depth. Don't cut. What are you talking about?
I think people, it's tough because when athletes make mistakes and they make it multiple times, right? It's in the public. Everyone sees it. So everyone has the ability to criticize it and nitpick at it. Whereas as humans, we make mistakes every single day, but no one's there to kind of critique you all the time, to criticize you. So I get people's frustration, but let's realize that he's a human being. It could have cost him the game for sure. I get you. End of the day, you won him out on the football field.
Yes. I mean, most people don't see other people's mistakes, but people did hear me say green was a primary color.
And you know what? You're in the public, so you get criticized.
I know.
People get at me all the time on the text line.
They do. They sure do.
Yeah.
That's fair, I think. What's next?
What caught me so horse?
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish. My kids are half Mexican. I can say it. K9. K9, man, he just, we talked about this early in the show. He threw the first punch. The way he was running the football, there were a couple times where you thought he was stalemate, he was done, but them legs keep turning. He spins off, breaks a couple of tackles. Usually, the first person off the bus is the biggest guy, so probably Abe Lucas. All right? K9 was the first person off the bus. He's shorter than me. All right? My man like 5'9". And he was the first person off that bus. He set the tone with his run. That juke in the middle of the A guy was filthy. I love what he brought to the game. Over 100 total yards of offense. K9 was impressive.
Yeah, now you had a lot of confidence in Ken Walker heading into this one. So you are not the person I'm talking about here, but I do think there were people heading into this that, and frankly before this game, who felt like, well, Zach Charbonnet understands the offense, he's patient as a runner, and he's just powerful and physical, and K9 is finesse, which I think is an unfair way to criticize both players. But K9 was entering this one with people going, well, look, he hasn't had a ton of carries in games. That's true. And he does bounce outside, maybe a little too prematurely. That's true. And it was cool to see very specifically tough plays from him. Like, I liked that so many of his best plays were physical plays, rather than just kind of like, oh, he had 2 runs where he broke outside and picked up 44 yards. You know?
Yeah.
They were tough runs.
They were tough runs.
Hard-earned.
There was nothing sweet about that.
Yeah.
Right? Last week against the Niners, it was like lanes were wide open.
Yeah.
And he was gone. This week, we knew it was going to be tough. I mean, we had Kobe Turner and Fisk over there and Byron. Like, they had some dudes over there, so you knew it was going to be tough. So it was nice that 9 set the tone with the run game.
Next up, I think it's always important to practice gratitude. I'm trying to do more of that in my life. You know, just grateful for things randomly. I'm grateful, for instance, that the Seahawks didn't get flagged for a face mask penalty in this one.
That sack?
Ooh, yeah, that could have gone. That could have been bad. Now, this did not lose the Rams the game, so I'm not saying like the Seahawks shouldn't have won. What I am saying is this entire 3-game series this year has been so closely fought and so incredible. These are the 2 best teams in football, and they've looked like it in each of these games, with each one being better than the last. And that was just a moment where I thought, Seattle's lucky.
Yeah.
Practice gratitude.
Hey.
Everyone better be grateful for that one today.
Slow motion reveals all.
Yeah.
I saw that thing in slow motion. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
That was definitely a face mask. But you know what? The referees got so many things wrong last night that it's only fair that we got away with one, too.
Like, one of them was, I was convinced that Cam Kitchen's sack of Sam Darnold, I was like, where's the roughing call?
Yeah.
You're telling me that if Byron Murphy, again, that would be a blitzing safety as opposed to Byron Murphy coming through with the line, but you're telling me if Byron Murphy did that to Matthew Stafford, he wouldn't have been flagged for roughing? He did not set him down gently on the ground. Unreal. I thought that should have been a roughing the passer penalty.
I think that was the series after Reek got the taunting penalty too, and then he just danced like literally over Sam Darnold. There was no taunting for any of that.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody started booing
absurd
in that moment.
Yeah, so that's a
12
call
got
that,
loud.
yeah, that's a call where the Rams got away with one. So this is going to be where the Seahawks did with that face mask.
You got to do what
Keep those 15 yards.
What parents say on the sideline. Call it both ways, ref.
Yeah.
Call it both ways.
Again, for kids.
Yeah.
Call it both ways. What's next?
Nicky Moore, we talked about how Next Gen says that he gave up the most passing yards out of all the players in the secondary, or whatever you want to classify him as. He's a hybrid. And that wasn't the case yesterday. There was one specific one-on-one with Puka Nacua. He's in the slot. Puka runs an out route. Nicky Moore breaks on the football, breaks up the pass, and he looked like a DB. It's crazy because he'll look like a DB, then look like a linebacker, then look like an edge rusher too. Like, this dude is just versatile, man. So it was, and what he did, he got up, said a little something to the sidelines, and turned around quickly and walked away and kept talking. That's how you do it. You give him a little something, then you walk away. I think for the most part, these referees know that this is a aggressive, violent sport, and you have to have some type of chip on your shoulder. But there's a line that you can't cross, and it seems like Imawari and Witherspoon have figured it out.
Yeah.
Like how to talk that talk, but they know when to stop and give their energy to someone else.
I agree. Next up, just because I know you're going to have some stuff to say about this one too. 1 for 8. Do you know where I'm going?
1 for 8, third downs?
Rams on third down.
Yeah.
So the Rams put up 479 net yards. That's more than Seattle. They had 8.3 yards per play. That's more than Seattle. They had more rushing yards than Seattle, but unfortunately they were very bad on third down. Even in that key drive, which very much could have been a touchdown, went all the way to the Seattle 6-yard line. This would have been going ahead for the lead. Probably would have won them the game. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sam Darnold and then would have come back. But either way, driving for the lead, it's one that ends with a back-to-back Witherspoon plays to end it. They didn't even convert a third down on that one. They had 1 third down because they were so effective otherwise. 1 third down, and it was incomplete. It would have been a Parkinson touchdown probably, but he drops it. They were bad. Converted one third down all day. So as much praise as we have for the Rams offense, and they deserve it. If you want to point to reasons you end up losing a game, that's one of them.
That was Parkinson who dropped that?
I think so, right?
Dang.
Ferguson? I think it was Parkinson.
It was Parkinson. He was like in the flat and it was kind of behind him.
I think that,
but he just whiffed it.
Yes, and when he did, you can see him grab his helmet and look frustrated. I mean, that probably wins them the game, that play.
Yeah.
Or he takes it to like, God, they're at the 6, man.
Yeah, that was huge, man. That's how you know. Remember we talked about like how do teams make it to the Super Bowl? You gotta stay healthy, play good offense, play good defense. You gotta get lucky sometimes too. And that was lucky right there because 9 times out of 10 he's catching that football. Felt bad for him, but not really.
I feel bad, but like on another day.
Yeah.
You know?
Today I can feel bad for him.
Right. Okay, next one. One more each?
Sure.
We have time for that. Okay.
What caught measles? I'm staying with the third downs. The Hawks were 7 of 13 on third downs. That's more than 50%, Stacy.
That's definitely more than 50%.
If my math is mathing correctly, 54%. I knew that. That's big because when you hold a team to 1 for 8, I don't know what that percentage is, not good. And you go 7 for 13, you got the drives going. You had 7 more plays than these guys. It's crazy though. You look at the Rams' numbers though, 479 yards of offense, more than the Seahawks. Less plays than the Seahawks, more offense. 8.3 yards per play. But to go back to your stat, that 1 for 8 is what killed them. You can have all these explosives, but you're going to get to third down. If you can't convert, you can't convert. But no, I'm focusing on the Seahawks, and they're 7 for 13, man. Whenever you can get over 50% on third down, you're moving the rock, things are happening for you.
13%.
13%.
13%. That's worse than 20%, they say.
That is worse.
Okay, next and last, I'm going to the other game here to end with our final thoughts and what caught my eye. What caught my eye was the timing of this blizzard. I think the Patriots are using witch magic. I have no evidence to back this up, no proof that I can offer you. I think it's interesting that this team went ahead and that snow got real thick. The Broncos stood no chance. You were not going to be able to kick field goals. I mean, there's a world where the Broncos, Curtis and I were talking about it during the break, 2 missed field goals. I know one was actually tipped, blocked.
Got a finger on it.
Got a finger on it, which does impacted it. But, like, this could have been a 13-10 win for Denver, and then Seattle's facing Jarrett Stidham in the playoffs. This was not a dominant performance by the Patriots. And I think weather was on their side as opposed to Denver's. Weather is on the side of the team that's ahead. Because it is impossible to score with that.
If you look at the first half of that game and the second half of that game, it looks like they're 2 different days. Like the first half, I'm like, oh, decent weather. It's cold, but you know,
feels cozy.
It's all right. Man, second half, it was like I was watching Jim Brown play back in the 60s and 70s, man.
Snow globe.
It was crazy. So, yeah, I like that. The weather's on your side if you're up.
Yep.
If you're down, the football is harder. It's harder to kick. Your footing's all crazy. Yeah, it feels like the Patriots got away with one, but they've been doing that all year.
Yeah, again, any given Sunday remains true in the Super Bowl just as it does in week 1. I think that favoring Seattle heading into this one is very fair. This is a Patriots team that has faced, on paper, tough defenses leading up to this moment with Houston getting by the Broncos. But it was also collapses on the other side that's kept them going. And the snow. I'm telling you. Magic spells. I don't know what they're doing. The luckiest team to ever exist. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Taking a look around the NFL, including the latest from Sean McVay's postgame press conference coming up in 15 minutes. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, rewrite! Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, speaking of that AFC Championship game, the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl after an ugly 10-7 win over the Broncos in a driving snowstorm. What's the real headline?
Proof that this really is the luckiest NFL franchise.
Yeah, you just said it, man. If you're a Patriots fan over the last 25 years, you've been all right. Had a couple down years, but for the most part, you've been in the mix, and it looks like you found your quarterback. You found your head coach. I don't see the Pats going anywhere for the next 4 to 5 seasons at least. But, yeah, it's almost sickening. I don't hate them the way I used to, though. Maybe it's because the Hawks are so good now, and there's no Tom Brady over there.
Yeah, not having Brady and Belichick doesn't feel as much evil empire. It's more, my hate has transitioned from when I was younger, it was I hate Tom Brady and the Patriots, they win all the time. And now, and you just rooted against them. And now it's transitioned to, oh my God, Boston gets it. Boston is so blessed as a sports city. these Patriots fans. It's the fans more than the team. That's what it is. Green Bay seems likable.
I saw Boston as a sports city has gone maybe like one full calendar year without one of their teams appearing in a league championship series over the last like 25 years.
It's not fair.
That's crazy.
And I will admit it comes from pure jealousy, and their fans are just obnoxious. Obnoxious.
They're entitled.
Yeah. There's one Patriots fan I like. Her name's Maura Dooley.
Oh, she is a Pats fan, huh?
I know. It's unfortunate. That's okay, though.
She's so sweet.
She's so nice.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
I know.
More.
I know. But yeah, it's just, oh man, you don't know struggle. I think that you
don't know struggle.
I think being a fan of teams that are bad or have dark periods makes you a better person.
Well, they were.
Makes you stronger.
They used to be awful. Like all the people who are
Years
old people.
ago. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you're
You weren't
60
even
plus,
alive.
Right.
30 years
But
ago.
Shut your mouth
these are
when
my
you talk
uncles.
to me.
My uncles are
Not
fine
even
because
your
they were
uncles.
depressed.
Yeah.
You weren't even.
You don't want to know.
It's like
you don't want to
Mike
know.
Salk's dad understands. Anyone younger than that does not know.
He's sitting there just like, he's sitting at the grown folks tables listening to them talk. That's where you're getting all this from.
That's what I'm about
Got
to
my
say
little
to
bib
people.
on.
I'm just going to start mentioning things that existed long before. There was a potato famine, so, I don't know what we're talking
Or the
about.
Spanish flu.
Yeah, exactly.
Headline rewrites.
Line 2, the Steelers are officially hiring Mike McCarthy to be their next head coach. What's the real headline?
The Steelers get to finally start fresh with something that hasn't worked before.
This seems like a joke. Like it seems like Mike McCarthy's dressing up as a Steelers coach for Halloween. Like this don't feel real. I get why they would go with him. I mean, he's established. They want someone with what do girls say? They said stability. I want stability.
They wanted someone with stability.
They want someone with some
Someone with a
stability.
steady paycheck.
Yeah, they said we want an older guy with
Older
stability.
guy. That's why them 30s be dating them 50s.
Yeah, and then you know what you tell them? Well, why is that guy single? Why is that?
He's been divorced twice.
Why is that older coach walking around?
He's been divorced twice. Got 3 kids from 2 baby mamas. But no, Mike McCarthy. I get it, but I thought they would go with someone who's going to be there for 20 years.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy is obviously a very smart person. He's been an NFL head coach for multiple organizations. He knows what to do. Like, no disrespect to Mike McCarthy, who's done enough to earn respect.
He got it.
I think that the Steelers' offense had felt stagnant for so long that people thought that they would innovate and evolve. And fair or not, I think that's typically tied to something new, whether it's a youthful head coach or someone who is a passing game coordinator with like this really electric offense. Like I think the idea is that something new must be tied with needing a refresher for your offense. And instead they went with something everyone has seen before. Maybe it works out. There have been coaches, we just mentioned Bruce Arians earlier, that have been coaches with a new stint with a new team who have gone on to win Super Bowls, who have reinvigorated a franchise. So maybe that's what Mike McCarthy does. I was just surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised, but the operation will be ran smoothly. That's for sure.
Yeah. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Phillip Rivers has withdrawn his name for the Bills coaching search. What's the real headline?
Buffalo will have to go with Plan B, something Mrs. Rivers has never done.
It's against their religion. Plan B. Phillip, look, wifey's like, listen. She calls him Phil. I know this. She says, listen, Phil, you've been gone for 15 to 16 years now. You left me with all these kids. You coached high school football. You went and played your little games for 4 weeks in Indianapolis. We're not even from there. All right, we live in Alabama. Like, it's enough, Phil. Come home and be a dad.
Yes, if I was... Now, the Rivers family has obviously benefited from Phillip's career, but there was a certain point, if I were his partner, where I'd be like, what do they have, 11 kids?
Something like that.
We have too many kids for you to keep playing this game. You gotta go back to coaching your son's high school. That's a wonderful path for you to take. You know what I mean? Like the
Half of them are out of
sacrifice
college anyway. They're fine.
No, you gotta spend time with family. If you're gonna have that many kids, you better spend time with family.
Kid number 11 needs to get the same amount of attention as kid number 1.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly
Kid number
right.
1 is older than Riley Leonard.
Not by much though, only by a couple months.
Yeah, but like, it's not like they're all like living in his house.
It's true.
Doesn't matter. It's just a couple months.
He's the same age as Riley Leonard.
Oh, man.
Go home, Philip. Okay, I say this even though when we read the headline last week about Philip Rivers interviewing for the Bills head coaching job, I was really hoping he would get it.
I was too.
I
wanted him to get it.
I love Philip Rivers. I don't care. I actually think that Philip Rivers used to be more polarizing. And then his return made people have a sort of football nostalgia that a lot of us didn't realize we missed. Like hearing him audible at the line of scrimmage and just like something easy to root for when you're 44 years old. Like something about him returning, I think, upped that Q rating.
You know what Philip Rivers is? It's like when Ludacris performs at the Emerald Queen Casino. You know
yeah, it's like, oh man, this guy was great when I was in high school.
He's a smaller venue now. You know what I mean? That's what Philip Rivers was.
He's playing the hits.
Like, hey, and you're showing up.
Yeah, he was.
And the show starts at 8 o'clock early.
And you've got creaky knees.
It was wonderful. I loved watching Philip Rivers. I did want to watch Philip Rivers as head coach of the Bills. I thought the relationship that he and Josh Allen had could be really cool. I'm a little disappointed, but if it's not that, then just go home, man.
Just go home.
Just
go sit in your garage and have a beer.
No, don't go to the Raiders. Don't waste your time going to a bad team. It only would have been cool if it was with Josh Allen or Lamar.
Yeah.
But now it's not as fun anymore.
It's not as fun.
It's not as fun anymore.
I'm so disappointed. I wanted Philip to get it.
I know, but, it's just what's done is done.
Yeah.
We are opening up phone lines to take your calls. Something tells me that we're going to have a lot of people asking for caller segments leading up to Super Bowl 60. A lot of people can't wait to talk about this team. So your call's coming up at 1. What I need to know at 1:45, you can get those questions in anytime between now and about 1:40. 866-979-3776. I'm keeping my eye on the text line, so send them in whenever, and I'll just add them to that. Again, it's at 1:45, though. Coming up next, Sean McVay scoffed at the question of whether or not he expects Matthew Stafford back in 2026. Hear his post-game press conference answer to that next.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How cool to be able to do this, Brock, after the NFC Championship Game win yesterday. You said you finally got some sleep. It must have been. What was your night like?
Oh, it was awesome. We spent a bunch of time at the stadium and had a lot of family and friends in town, and just peak life, man. Pretty awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Save $600 on windows and $1,500 on doors at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Enjoy easy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing for 12 months, plus a lifetime installation warranty. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Sometimes even heroes need rescuing.
I'm a retired firefighter, 27 years.
Kurt had severe pain in his knees and his shoulder, which was keeping him from enjoying his well-deserved retirement.
Loved to ski, loved to fish, and couldn't even walk 18 holes.
That's why Kurt decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
He was just awesome. He goes, yeah, give me a shot. And he took care of me. He stemmed my knee and my shoulder.
And how are you feeling now?
I was pain-free in 12 weeks. I play golf now pain-free, and it's awesome.
So you'd recommend this treatment to others in your situation?
Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. Wagner's, he's had a couple people call me, and I recommended that they do it.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
All Americans should do what they can to prepare for the future. Donald Trump Jr. here with an important message. More and more Americans are looking for ways to diversify their hard-earned money, and gold is the perfect solution. For example, a gold IRA from my trusted friends at the Birch Gold Group lets you diversify your IRA or 401k into physical gold with zero taxes and zero penalties. You stay in control with a tangible asset that's held value for thousands of years. And right now, Birch Gold is offering a free info kit to help you understand how it works. Just text the word SECURE, SECURE, to 989898. There's no pressure, no obligation, just the facts. You can't predict the future, but you can be prepared, but only if you educate yourself. So take that first step right now. Text SECURE to the number 989898 today. That's SECURE to 989898.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Hi, I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, ultra-low sugar brain and body fuel. Our IQ Bar plant protein bars help you refuel smarter. Our IQ Mix Zero Sugar Hydration Mixes help you hydrate harder. And our IQ Joe Instant Mushroom Coffees help you caffeinate larger. All three product lines boost physical performance, but they also boost mental performance via nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane. Right now, you can try our epic IQ Bar Ultimate Sampler Pack with 9 protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 coffee sticks. Win your day with clean ingredients, amazing taste, and superior brain and body nutrition. Try IQ Bar today.
Get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get this exclusive radio offer. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking a look around the NFL with NFL headlines. We're going to start with Rams head coach Sean McVay, who last night in his post-game press conference was understandably emotional, a little irritated, and seemed pretty bothered when he was asked by a reporter whether or not Matthew Stafford would be back in 2026.
Yeah, if he still wants to play, the hell kind of question is that? The answer, yeah. You have to ask him. We've been totally present. I know that if he wants to, he's still playing at a pretty damn good clip. He's the MVP of the league, and if he's not, I got respect for everybody else, but this guy played at a level that's just different. I appreciate you guys this year.
I could get behind him being MVP of the league. Sure, I think he had a tougher schedule than Drake May, more touchdowns.
For sure. And you got to understand, McVay's a competitor. They just lost a game that he felt like they could have won. If they don't muff that punt, who knows what happens. So it's tough, man, because I feel for these dudes. He is a little snarky, but I think that's his personality anyway.
Definitely snarky,
and then you lose the ball game. I'd be frustrated, too. It doesn't surprise me this is his response to that question.
It does make me excited for Rams-Seahawks matchups next year. I think for so long it was the Seahawks were great when the Rams, then in St. Louis, were mostly very bad under Fisher. They were just middling or average. They would still get the best of you sometimes, but it would be like wonky special teams plays or something weird. And then the 49ers and Seahawks were good at the same time, but like only for a couple years. And then Seattle pulled ahead, 49ers fall behind, and then they swap. It's cool to have both of these teams, not even just like, oh, they're both great. Best two teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Are we going to see this again next year? Are we going to see it again 3 times next year? Maybe. Drake May spoke post-game about beating the Broncos in the AFC Championship game while growing up as a Carolina Panthers fan.
Full circle, my dad, when I think I was maybe 7th grade, said if the Panthers made it, we were going to go. And, it was heartbreaking. They lost to the Broncos. And, no, it was what an experience for a kid at my age who loved football, who loves quarterbacks. That was Peyton's last game, and what a Hall of Fame career he's had. So pretty cool to be full circle going back here 10 years later. And I think it's a special moment for this whole team, and we're just going to enjoy it tonight. And head back. We got 2 weeks, so we got some work to do.
Yeah, he said, great, fantastic. I think once you go to the league, you end most of your loyalty or care for whatever team you grew up watching.
Yes, I grew up a Niner fan.
Do you grow up feeling, or do you now feel bad that the Niners lost? Absolutely not.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Hung those cleats up a long time ago.
Can you imagine if he was like, it actually, it feels great getting revenge for my Panthers. It's the only reason I did this. I'm not going to play in Super Bowl 60. I just kind of wanted to make this point.
The dream would be having a career like a Abe Lucas, who grew up a Seahawk fan in the area. Like that's ideal.
Cool. Yeah.
Doesn't happen like that often though.
I think in general that's also what people miss about loyalty. I know that free agency hasn't been around forever. Becoming a thing in the early to mid 90s, and people complain about guys not spending their entire careers with one team. Lost on that is this idea of like, but you did so much here, and it's like, yeah, but this person's from Florida, or like this person's from Texas. Like it doesn't matter if he's not happy in Green Bay anymore. He's not from here.
No.
Like your family's not here. It's okay to
all
not
right.
be loyal to this team for less money.
It's a job.
On the other side, Sean Payton was asked about his controversial decision to go for it in the second quarter instead of taking the points in Denver's field goal loss.
There's always regrets. Yeah, felt like, here we are 4th and 1. We felt close enough that, and it's also a call you make based on the team you're playing and watching on the other side of the ball. So yeah, there'll always be second thoughts.
I was a little surprised with the trust in Jarrett Stidham. I think it's a great thing. It's fantastic. And it's a, must-win moment. I understand the gamble, but I was surprised by the call.
Yeah, I was surprised too. And if you don't win a game, you're always going to second guess something, because you're going to think about, what if I called this play? What if I did that? Even when you win games, you still reflect and think about the things that could have gone wrong or did go wrong. It's natural, but I'm with you. I was scratching my head a bit on that one.
With Drake May headed to the Super Bowl, the AFC needs a replacement for him at the Pro Bowl, and they settled on
crazy
Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
Wow.
That means Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes, and Daniel Jones, who are all injured, is presumably why the NFL went with Sanders. Jared Goff, meanwhile, has been named a replacement for Sam Darnold on the NFC roster. I get it. This is what happened with Huntley, where people were like, wait, he's what? And you're like, well, who's it going to be? 3 other guys that would have gone can't play.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who else could it have been. C.J. Stroud had a better year, even though he ended horribly.
I feel like everyone else it could have been is going.
C.J. Stroud ain't going. He had a better year than Shedeur. Shedeur played in 8 games. 7 touchdowns.
I'm guessing there were a few no's. To
Yeah.
a last-minute Pro Bowl invite.
Yeah.
That has to be it, because,
Maybe CJ said no, and he was like, I don't want to throw 4 interceptions and then go to
If
the
I'm Shedeur Sanders, when I talk to the media next year, I'm going to tell them to address me right, properly. Pro Bowler, Shedeur Sanders. Who went? Was it Huntley that went?
Yeah, and he was the 7th, I think the 7th guy,
That's
because
crazy.
the same reason where it's
man.
okay, well, you have the AFC representative in the Super Bowl, and then you have a couple people that might decline, and then you have other people who are going to be injured, and finally you get down to the guy. I want to say he was the 7th alternate, but I'm not sure that I remember correctly. I just remember being like, good for you, Tyler Huntley. Good for you.
Watch him go tear all the competitions up, too, though.
And then next week, week 8, he's leading the league in passing yards. We're like, Pro Bowler Shedeur Sanders. Interesting how this is written. Stacy will tell you there's nothing to the controversy of the 49ers facility being so close to an electrical substation, says Curtis. So what do we make of the Seahawks and Patriots practicing at San Jose State and Stanford stadiums during the Super Bowl week?
Yeah, get up out of there.
That's
Don't
right.
touch that.
That's right.
Do not touch that.
Okay.
We don't need any mutant players.
I want to say,
Freakazoids.
No, first of all.
Actually, we do have some mutants.
No. If we've learned anything from X-Men, is that we should accept everyone as they are. You can't hate on mutants, okay? They can kill you. They can kill you. But secondly, I do want to give you guys credit. I'm not proud of doing this, and I'm not proud that I'm wrong.
Dang.
But listen.
That's 2 times in 2 weeks.
Listen, I was thinking about this when I was driving in today. I was like, man, I kind of hope the Seahawks aren't practicing anywhere near that electrical substation. And then I saw the report that they were going to practice at San Jose State, and I was like, okay, good. And then I realized in that moment,
you're so
they won.
self-centered.
In that moment, I was like, they won.
You're
Curtis
so
and Bump
self-centered.
won.
That's right. If it doesn't concern you, you don't care about
That's
it.
exactly what it was. When the Seahawks were not playing there and it was the 49ers, I was like, this is ridiculous. This is a fake story. It's like not real. There are real scientists being interviewed by the Washington Post saying absolutely not, this isn't true. You guys are being conspiracy theorists. We already have Bump talking about the moon landing not happening.
Never happened.
And Curtis's conspiracy corner is taking off.
Who said it happened? Did Trey Wingo come on here talking crap about the moon?
Yeah,
he did.
No, he said people
He was talking
think
truth
it didn't
about
happen. Yeah, he was talking truth about the moon.
That was done in Sony Studios in Culver City.
No. Matt would be very upset if he was
Where
here.
is Matt? He's taking too many days off. Love you, but
Matt is off today because he's working. He's working Saturday at Mariners Fan Fest, and so they gave him today off. He's still going to work a full work week.
So what, Matt? Wake up, grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
You actually think Matt is listening to this?
Heck no.
Put on a little makeup. What song is that?
What is it? Is it Papa Roach? Nah, it's
Is
not
it-
Papa
Wake
Roach.
up!
It's Papa Roach. Yeah, wake up.
Former Steeler and current ESPN enough. Former Steeler and current ESPN analyst Ryan Clark thinks the Mike McCarthy hire is just a bridge to the next guy.
There was no Ben Johnson in this coaching cycle that was this can't-miss coach who should have had a head coaching job 2 years ago. And so for them it was, can he command and run the organization? He can do that. Has he worked and developed young quarterbacks? They feel like Aaron Rodgers, who's a little different to me because he's an all-time special talent, or Dak Prescott, who played well as a 4th-round drafted rookie who played well under Mike McCarthy. He feels like he's been able to work with young quarterbacks and have success. They spoke to his Super Bowls. They spoke to the way that he commands a level of respect in this league. And so to me, this is the only way this works. If Mike McCarthy is your bridge coach, the coach that's setting you up for your coach of the future that eventually leads you back to a Super Bowl. There needs to be young people on this staff. There needs to be people that he can groom on his staff who eventually take over and run the show.
Honestly, this is exactly what the Raiders were hoping with Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I'm distracted though.
Why?
Bob Stelton just texted me.
What?
System of a Down was the name of the group.
Oh,
Chop Suey.
Thank you,
Chop
Bob.
Suey.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Ryan Clark.
Wake up!
Hey, my boys thought
And
I was
then,
weird
I don't
for liking
remember
that
what
song growing up, and then they caught on. I was like, oh, y'all like
There
this,
was, wasn't there just a
Y'all
period
like
of
this.
time when it was Chop Suey, it was POD.
PLD.
Yeah. Limp Bizkit, they were big back then too.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit
Linkin
was like,
Park? Is that a group?
I wouldn't lump Linkin Park in with
Linkin,
them.
and Linkin Park had a much longer era.
Yeah.
We're
Like
talking like
Linkin Park-
new metal. We're talking.
Yeah.
Well, Papa Roach is one of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where would we put? You know, I'm done. What am I doing? Sorry.
The day after the Super Bowl, we're trying to, or day after the NFC Championship.
We're talking about a Super
Well,
Bowl
now, of
team
course, you
right
got System
now.
of a Down.
Sam Darnold, the gamble for Sam Darnold paid off, just not in the way we all expected. That's next.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is 1 is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time. All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe. You know how we do it.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports.
You are now entering the dead zone. Welcome.
Stacy here to tell you that I have had a horrible experience buying and selling a car, so I know a good one when I see it, and that's why I want to tell you about Wayscar Ford in Auburn. These are real people, Mark and Chris, and Way himself. I know them, and you will too. And they want you to have a hassle-free, no-pressure sales experience when you're looking to sell your car or buy a new one. And let me tell you what, trusting the people you're working with is massive. Again, I really did sell my old car years ago to a place that absolutely ripped me off, and I wish I would have known about what Wayscar Ford does. Here's how their vehicle profit sharing program works. You bring in your car you're looking to sell. They'll give you a true evaluation. If you accept the offer, they'll pay you the same day. The whole thing takes like 15-20 minutes. Then once they sell the car, they'll split any profit they make with you, 50-50. The program's a win-win for everyone. Wayscar Ford gets to save money on auction fees and travel expenses, and you get to avoid scams and hassle. Plus, you can upgrade to a new model from their vast inventory like I did. They've just surpassed sharing over $1 million with people who've sold them their cars. So find out how you can do it too at wayscarford.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
For those diagnosed with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, Northwest Ketamine Clinics wants you to know hope exists. A recent patient, Evan, details his experience.
Every day was a struggle. I was constantly throughout my life researching what are new ways, are there any breakthroughs for depression, anxiety, these things. And at some point I started to read a few things about ketamine. I probably read every single thing on the website multiple times.
Northwest Ketamine Clinics defines success as a reduction in symptoms by 50% or more. Over a 3-week period, 86% of their patients are successful.
When I arrived at the clinic, it was just a beautiful, peaceful, quiet place. As I saw that healing and growth could take place, and as I put the energy into it, I just saw so many things change in my life.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest's most experienced ketamine center. Book a free phone or video consult at nwketamineclinics.com. Healing starts here.
Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. It's Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena, February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass. And sure enough, it's their Olympic series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What do people mean Sam Darnold didn't go the way they thought? He was the number 3 pick and was on a 14-win team. Stupid, says the 206. Well, okay, here's what I'm getting to. That's exactly why it was a tease. I said the Sam Darnold gamble paid off, just not in the way we expected. I want to accomplish 2 things with this. 1, talk a little bit about Sam Darnold's path to getting here. But 2, when Sam Darnold signed on with the Seahawks as a free agent, raise your hand if you expected him to be one of the most explosive passers in the NFL. I think he finished 3rd in yards per pass attempt. Anyone? Raise your hand if you expected that with Sam Darnold here, JSN would set a new franchise record in receiving yards, and not only that, but have over 1,700 yards.
Put your hand down.
Put your hand down.
I thought he was going to get unlocked this year. I didn't know it was because of Sam.
This is what I love about Sam Darnold's story this year and why I want to talk about this. Count me as one of the people who thought, yeah, this could be really interesting, but certainly the Seahawks are going to have to get their run game going. I thought, well, yeah, the Seahawks can be successful, but it's going to have to be with this old, the defense first and like run the ball, and that's really how they get it done. Nope. Yeah, they're a well-rounded team. They were the number 1 defense in the year, but like Sam Darnold has also lifted. Sam Darnold has meant something to this team. This is not a game manager situation. This is not a Klint Kubiak hiding Sam Darnold situation. This is Sam Darnold, yes, making some mistakes this year and having some turnovers, but being sincerely a very good passer.
Yeah, no, Sam exceeded, I would say, most people's expectations. There are a few out there, I'm sure, that believe that he was going to be able to duplicate and enhance what he did the year before. Me personally, I thought it was going to be a lateral move, and I thought that it would take the team being better for him to be better, which is partly true, right? But he was – K9 started the party yesterday, but he was like the driving force of that game yesterday.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make those throws, if Jason doesn't make those catches, if Kubiak doesn't call the game, this is not going to happen. Sam Darnold was a huge reason why they won that game. The defense still gave up 480-something yards, I believe. Defense made some stops still. That held the Rams to one for 8 on 3rd down. It was a team win, but Sam contributed more than I thought he would have to in that team win.
206 says, well, Sam dropped some bombs to Jefferson, so I assumed he was going to make it fly, but I could admit I didn't think JSN was going to explode the way he did. Here's what's interesting about that 206, and I'm glad you say it. I think a lot of people thought, well, Sam had those yards because of Jefferson, because surely Jefferson would have made up for some kind of talent lapse with his quarterback and would have made just an average passer look that much better, and that person doesn't exist here in Seattle. Preseason rankings. Remember Jeremy Fowler puts together his ESPN rankings where he pulls anonymous scouts and front office executives and coaches. JSN was not a top wide receiver. People thought, oh, well, he doesn't have Justin Jefferson here, so it's not the same. It's not Sam. It's Kevin O'Connell. It's not Sam. It's the Vikings defense. It's not Sam. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think it's not fair for people to ask or have those
I was questioning. I was
doubts.
like, oh, how's it going to work here?
Yeah, because you only saw it one time. But then I think once you get into a certain part of the season, though, and I'm like, all right, 6 games in, I'm like, okay. He's actually like that, as Mike Macdonald would say.
We're
He's
like that.
Then I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at the throws. I'm looking at the decision-making. I'm looking at the execution of things, and I thought to myself, all right, this is for real now. This is for real. But I understand it, and I'm sure he used all that doubt as fuel. He'll never come out and say it because Sam's not that type of guy. He's not Geno. Let Geno come out and tell you, I was hating. Now I'm here. But I think it was fair to doubt. But now I think it's fair to give him the respect that he deserves at this point. He got this team to the Super Bowl. He won a big game. He defeated his nemesis. Everyone's talking about something about the Rams. They got his number. He just can't beat the Rams. He turns the football over. That was true. Now it's not. He beat the Rams, played a good game. They're not turning the football over. Just put a little respect on his name.
Yeah, especially when you consider, you joked earlier in the show about people just saying things without watching tape. I swear I was here. Yes, for 4 consecutive weeks leading into this game, much less in this game. The running game was getting like 160 plus on the ground or something like that. It was just had exploded and was looking really great and was very efficient. But the first 8, 9 weeks of the season, not great in EPA per rush, just inconsistent. There was a certain point where they were, was that this year, where Brady talked about them leading the league in some negative plays? Maybe that was last year. And then you heard, oh, well, Sam, he's going to have to lean on the run. And it's like, wait a minute. This run game was struggling. They were staying with it. They were being very stubborn with it, but it was not what was leading this team. Can the Seahawks be more consistent with the rush was one of the biggest questions with this team halfway through the season. We have multiple analysts on our airwaves saying, yeah, eventually teams are going to have to force them to run it on them, which you laughed about because you were like, please do.
Yeah.
But
I beg you.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's this thing that I thought would need to lift Sam ended up benefiting from Sam's season.
Yeah, it's there's no doubt that once all 3 phases started firing, and then I'll throw an extra phase. The run game was on its own, right? Once everything started going, things started getting easier. You needed less out of Sam Darnold, which I think every coach will want. It's funny, people want the 400-yard performance from your quarterback, but if that is necessary every single week to win ball games, you're most likely not going to go very far because that's just a tough ask, right? It's not a high percentage play. It's not throwing the football. The fact that he had 300-plus yards this game, that's what was needed. 100 and something the previous game, that's what's needed. Just lets you know that this team is capable of winning games in multiple ways. Only had, 75 rushing yards this game. All good. You still felt the run game. Last 3 weeks, had about $170, $180. All right. So I like the versatility, and I think that the way the Hawks have been winning is more conducive to longevity. You're not just asking Pat Mahomes to throw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns a game. That's hard to ask for. So he don't need to do that. But he dropped 300 on you real quick if you let him.
He sure did. Speaking of, someone texted in earlier saying, hey, is it just me or does it feel like this team could also be set up for continuing success? Yes, a conversation we're going to get to later this week. We're going to spend a lot of today talking about this win. Why not relish in it, right? This is a monumental win to send you to the Super Bowl. And in fact, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here, but we're giving you guys the mic. You're going to call in and just tell us who gets your game ball. 866-979-3776. Who gets your game ball from last night's win? That's next.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is 1 is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time. All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe. You know how we do it.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports.
You are now entering the death zone. Welcome.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with people come first.
Your windows and doors play a huge role in your home's efficiency and comfort. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors for windows that are up to 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards and reduce noise by up to 50%. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
At 65 years old, Brian has a rather demanding hobby.
My biggest passion is snow skiing, and I ski between 70 and 80 days per year. And I ski instruct at a private resort in Montana.
Needless to say, that can be a bit tough on the joints.
When this knee started to bother me, I thought I'm doomed.
That's when Brian decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
If I did yard work or skied a few days in a row, I was fighting swelling and pain and no sleep and all sorts of problems, and that has absolutely gone away.
So are you back on the slopes?
I mean, I had a 14-day stretch with clients where I skied every day and I had no problem. It was fine. It was just like, I felt like new.
So I'm guessing you would recommend this to others.
Oh, I already have. I've told everyone that'll listen.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
It's really, truly a miracle.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Robert was in big trouble with the IRS.
Yes, I owed them a lot of money, over $52,000.
Then he heard about Civic Tax Relief.
They took great care of me. It went really quick. $52,000 I owed, and they had a payoff for $100, and the IRS accepted it. Man.
Off the hook for just $100?
Civic Tax Relief will take care of you. Give them a call.
Call Civic Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation. 800-881-4555. 800-881-4555. Individual results may vary. Visit civictaxrelief.com for more information.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks defeated the Rams at Lumen Field 31-27 last night in their third meeting of the season. A brilliant game for Sam Darnold, who was 25 for 36, 346, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and now the Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders will replace Pat starter Drake May at the Pro Bowl, since May's Patriots are obviously headed to Santa Clara to take on the Seahawks.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Who gets your game ball? Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. That following a win over the Rams in the NFC Championship game. You have to choose one person. 866-979-3776. If you call and lines are busy, just wait for us to end a call with someone else and then try to call right then because we'll have a line open. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's start with Mark in Port Orchard. Mark, who gets your game ball?
Well, I'm not a super fan, but I'll tell you what, I was in the very first ever Seahawk franchise win, preseason or otherwise, in the Kingdom, way back when. Anyways, that's a story for another day. My game ball, you said one person. I'm sorry, 70,000 plus the entire team, plus the entire staff, and every fan that was watching on TV. That's an awful lot of game balls. I don't know if you can afford postage on that, but this game came down to everybody doing what needed to be done, including the fans. And God bless the 12s.
All right, Mark, giving it to the 12s. Thanks, Mark. Open line right now, again, 866-979-3776. First game ball goes to the 12s. Bump, tell me about that atmosphere.
It was crazy, man. I watched the whole first half in the booth with Wyman and Rabel. It was cool, too, because I put the headphones on. I got to listen to Rabel and Wyman make the call. And Raves is funny, man. He hit you with some liners. I told him last night during the show, Wyman's like, yeah, K9, man, when his feet get moving, he's like a sewing machine back there. And then Raves goes, looks like a man who puts on his own buttons. Like, the conversation those two be having is amazing, man. I'm mad that I didn't do that sooner and just stay in the booth the first half and listen to those dudes at work.
On his own First of all, Wyman saying his legs are like a sewing machine.
You see it though, right?
Now I see it.
Right?
It's all I'm gonna think.
It was beautiful.
Oh my God.
So yeah, being in there when that first kick, it was the loudest I've ever heard that stadium. Now, I've been to, over 9 years? You do the math, right? I've been to a bunch of games, and I'm typically in the press box. And as the game goes along, there's, ups and downs when it comes to the noise. Mm-hmm. But that initial, adrenaline rush that the crowd has, that was the loudest I heard it at the beginning of the game. And then I do the halftime show, and then third quarter, I always take a lap. I might stop by a sweeter, too. Say what's up. But I take a lap around the stadium. And the energy was real, man. You can feel the ground moving when people are jumping around and stuff.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man. 12 showed up.
I know they mentioned it multiple times on the broadcast, this broadcast, the last broadcast, and they've been saying, if you are not there in person, it's one of the loudest places you can go. Now, 12s and listeners already know that. Yeah. But I think there are still people who are visiting broadcast teams or maybe new to broadcasting who are like, oh, my God. Let's go to Nelson in Kent. Nelson, who gets your game ball?
Yo, so I've been calling for every time you guys allowed callers, and I told you we're gonna get there, and I told you we're gonna win it all. Even though at the beginning of the season, I was in my feelings about Gino. You all know that, but I'm eating crow on Sam. I didn't think he was gonna be what he's been, and he's been. He had a really solid season, and these last 3 weeks or so, he's just been awesome. So team sports is never just one person, but the biggest slice of the pie is going to Sam for this game. Sam was absolutely incredible. I do want to give some honorable mentions to, Cooper Kupp, no catches at half, 4 catches, 36 yards in the second half. The offensive line, I'm watching a lot of these clips. The time that Sam is getting on a lot of these throws, they are just playing at a really good level.
Nelson, I don't mean to interrupt you. I do have to get to other callers, but I want to ask you a follow-up. When did you change because I see your text, and I know that you were an ardent defender of Gino and really had a lot of questions about Sam. When did you change your mind? When did Sam convince you?
Well, honestly, I'm still a defender of Gino. I think, situations are just different. As for Sam, I'm secretly sitting behind, and I'm not as vocal for the first half of the season. But I'm watching Sam play, and honestly, he's kind of reminding me of Geno in certain ways. He makes some big time throws, and he'll throw some risky balls. But he is he's got to be a top 5 passer of the football. He's really darn good, and if you give him a little time, he can make any throw in the league. And one more thing. Honorable mention to K9. His first 7 games, he only had 8 receptions. His last 5 games, he has 15 total receptions, 113 yards in the 2 games against the Rams receiving. He has been an absolute beast, not just running the ball, but receiving. And you have to find a way to bring him back. You have to.
All right. Thanks for the call, Nelson. Bump, when did you, I don't want to say come around on Sam Darnold. Yesterday?
That's fine. No, it was the Rams game.
Oh, I knew. I'm sorry.
I knew Sam was good.
Yeah.
I told you when he was with the Vikings, he was going to have a good year.
Yeah.
But believing in taking that next step
Yeah.
was the Rams game.
Sam Darnold would also be my answer for this one, but there are a lot of other really good ones. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to Christian in Lakewood. Christian, who gets your game ball?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Long-time listener of you guys, all-day texter of you guys. You said I could only get one game ball, but you didn't say how many honorable mentions I can get. So I'm going to give a couple. Michael Dixon, he's a weapon. QB's throw ducks. This guy kicks ducks. It's so hard for these guys to judge the ball, and he's such a weapon. Nick Emanwori, the rookie, had him strapped yesterday. It's easy to get Sam the game ball. I'm super happy about Sam. He defeated the narrative that it was going to be the defense that bailed him out. Yesterday, he bailed the defense out. So I'm very happy about that. But my game ball goes to John Schneider, man. The second iteration of this team, and he's actually proven to everyone that it was him all along. Everyone thought it was him and Pete, and no, man, it was John Schneider all along. So yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Christian. Honestly, a very good answer about, look, if I'm going to give a ton of honorable mentions to all these players, I should probably give a nod to the GM and say, oh, you brought him here. So
He brought the band together.
He sure did.
He had the vision.
Terrell in the 206, who gets your game ball?
What's going on, y'all? Bump, the hoodie today is fly.
I appreciate it, brother.
Stacy. But, all right, the game ball for me is K9, and I'm going with K9 because it's I felt like they was a band out there yesterday. Darnold, he was doing his thing. He was on the electric guitar. JSN was on the drums going crazy, but K9 was just that steady bass line that just kept the offense moving and consistent, and on schedule. So I'm going with K9. Plus, he had a lot of pressure coming in with Charbonnet going out and somebody coming off, Helene coming out from IR, and he just carried the load, and he just took the punishment.
Thanks for the call, Terrell. Bump, what did you love most about K9's day?
He was running with some anger, it felt like. He don't seem like a very angry guy. I hear him talk. He's soft-spoken. Seems like a good dude, but he was running with some anger. Some of the most violent players I've ever played with were some of the nicest guys off the field.
Who's one of them?
Eric Frampton. I'll never forget that. He played in the league for 6 years or something like that. Stacy, he talks like this. Hey, Bump. He gets on the field, and his voice changed. You get all deep and stuff, calling me the N-word.
Got some
bass. He was going in. I'm like, Framp, who are you right now?
What?
Where's the guy that I go to school with, man? He transformed. It was amazing. I feel like that's K9. He transformed when he gets on the field.
LG in Buffalo, who gets your game ball?
All right. First off, you guys know I listen to you, so go Hawks. Happy we back in the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people here in Buffalo been asking me about Klint Kubiak. I'm like, nah, slow down. That's our guy. Fall back. Stay out our business. But anyway, I'm going to give the game ball to Nick Emanwori. For the longest time, for at least the last 3 or 4 years, we'll have the Rams presented problems with matchups. Emanwori served to be like an X factor, and obviously the defense as a whole didn't play their greatest ball, but when it came down to situational plays, Emanwori could match up with the tight ends, and he proved to be useful, knocking balls down, being able to stay with their tight end sets. So I'm going to give it to Eman Wari. The Rams always presented problems with this matchup, and now we got the personnel to handle those guys and win when it matters. Go Hawks.
I like it. Thanks, LG. Bump, what was the moment? I'm looking at my play-by-play. What was the moment where Eman Wari had maybe two or three? Yeah, it was like back-to-back, and where he came to the sideline, literally veterans were coming up like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Way to go. I can't
forget. I can't remember when it was, but I remember there was a play against.
I think it was
I wrote
right
it down in my
before
notebook,
the first
but I don't have
half,
the timestamp.
maybe. But it was like 3 plays on the same.
It was unreal.
Drive. It was
absolutely
awesome.
Unreal. Oh, I think this is where it is. And then I think that there was just anytime you get respect from veterans where they're taking time out to come up and go like, hey man, good job.
Yeah.
Great job.
It's real.
Let's go to Sam in Tacoma. Sam, who gets your game ball?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Okay, this is simple. You got to give it to Mike Macdonald. Coach designed a perfect game. I mean, he knows what players he wanted. He brought a scheme in here. When Pete was here, he brought a philosophy. When Mike came in, he changed it a little bit. And that power of 12 comment, I mean, this is it, so I got to give it to Mike Macdonald.
I like it, Sam. Thank you. Mike Macdonald with the phenomenal post-game. We did not care.
We did not care.
It sounded like, you shall not pass. His explanation of it made me laugh out loud. I was going to save it for our next segment, assuming I can get through these callers, but it was so funny. Let's go to Brian in North Bend. Brian, who gets your game ball?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I got to go with kind of a boring answer, but you have to go with Sam Darnold. Our offense, I think, is what won the game more than the defense did. And with all the pressure from us, the fans, and all the pressure of the national media, the negative pressure of he's going to choke or he doesn't have what it takes, all that. The dude, 127 QB rating, no picks, no fumbles. I mean, how could you give it to anybody else?
Thanks for the call, Brian. I don't think it's a boring answer. It would be my answer, too. Bump, who would you get your game ball to?
I mean, it's Sam.
It's Sam,
right?
Or
I
think Brian's right. I think we're all,
I just looked up just some numbers on Nick Wari, and I only use PFF when it supports my argument.
Yeah, same.
So he had an 89.5 PFF grade. That's first amongst all defenders. 5 targets, allowed only 2 catches in 8 yards, 3 forced incompletions. My man was everywhere.
Yeah. Ian, are you able to see which callers have been on hold the longest?
No, but I think if we go down towards the bottom of the list.
Okay, thank you. Let's make it a little fair here. Let's go to Mike in Maple Valley. Mike, who gets your game ball?
I think Kubiak gets the game ball. I know players should get the game ball, but you asked a guy that threw the ball 20 times last week to come up and throw it 35, 36 times this week and spread the ball around. I think he did it. And then he had limited practice. The guy Sam Darnold didn't even practice all that much. So I thought that was a great job by him.
Thanks.
I know you got another caller, so I'll get off.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you. It was a good answer, though. Bump, you talked a lot earlier in the show about what you loved, especially from Klint Kubiak. Mike, and for anyone else interested, about halfway through our first hour, when it's up in a podcast, I asked Bump about, what are Kubiak's best calls? What are his boldest calls? You highlighted a few, but what was your favorite?
My favorite was the design. It wasn't even like a bold call. It wasn't like, it's third down, you need to make this. It was well designed. You put JSN in the backfield. You got 2 receivers to the left of him. You know you're going to get a soft coverage, cover 4. JSN out the backfield. It gets lost. The safety's taken care of by the post. He goes with them. Corner's taken care of by the out. He goes with them. You isolate JSN on that linebacker. Linebacker thinks he has safety help. He does not. Post is taking care of that. He's butt naked. I love it. It was beautiful. He knew, man, I miss that feeling when you call a play. When you call the play and you're thinking, I think I'm going to get this. And you call the play and you line up, you go, yep, they're in it. And then your boys just executed flawlessly. That's a great feeling.
Let's go to Pete in Kirkland. Pete, who gets your game ball?
I'm going to go with John for 2 reasons. One, good decisions on Darnold, and above all, shipping DK back to Pittsburgh with his 15-yard penalty per game. But, John, we got to work with you on your wardrobe, man. You look like the bum on Polar Express.
Thanks for the call, Pete. Pete said John Schneider, but needs to work on his work. Look, as someone who goes very casual for work, who am I? I literally am wearing khakis and a sweatshirt today.
Man, rich people do what they want to do, man.
That's the thing.
John got money. He ain't
John
worried about
Schneider
that.
is I didn't know. What is the bum on Polar Express? What? Who's that?
You never seen Polar Express?
No. See, that's my problem. I'm asking a question that I know. That was stupid. I shouldn't have even said it. I think John Schneider's a great answer.
Yeah. Nah, John, he's a conductor. You know, he's standing in front of the orchestra just doing what conductors do and stuff.
He's Tom Hanks on Polar Express.
He's Tom Hanks.
Because Tom Hanks is the conductor.
Yeah, I was thinking of another conductor. Isn't that what they call the
band.
for the orchestra?
Conductor of the band.
Why you mess me up, man?
Train conductor. There's multiple conductors.
Lots of conductors.
Yeah, I know, but she knew what conductor I was talking about, and she went another direction.
I didn't. I was still thinking in Polar Express, but you are right with that. And you can have a conductor of like electricity, like something can be a conductor.
Let's find
It's got many meanings.
Let's find one more. Is there one more conductor we can find?
There's Conductor Williams. He's a hip hop producer.
No, Ian, would you Google this in the next minute? This is more important than whatever else we're doing. Let's go to Gary. Gary, who gets your game ball?
Okay, I thought about this. I was going to say McDonald, and then I was going to say Schneider, and I'm thinking if it's a game ball, shred that ball up and give a piece of it to every person on that team.
Thanks for the call, Gary. Let's talk about. I hope I'm not hijacking your point, but I'm going to use it to ask this question of Bump. I think one of the most impressive things about what this team does is play completely. They are great on special teams. They are great on defense. They are great on offense, though they face question marks there only because it is not elite as the other side of the ball. But this is the most complete Seahawks team I can remember seeing.
Ooh.
I mean, look, 2013, that era was obviously
their run game
amazing.
was better, right?
Yes, I mean, Marshawn Lynch, 1,200 yards in that Super Bowl winning season.
We can say this, though. Now that I think about it, I might be able to get with you.
You know?
Because J.S. has had the best season a Seahawks receivers ever had. What was Sam's completion percentage? You were around 69%, I believe.
I guess Hauschka was good and Ryan was good. Okay. Barring those two teams are neck and neck right now with different strengths, but very complete teams. And that's how you win Super Bowls.
Yeah. Complete, well-rounded.
Yeah.
I prefer a well-rounded team rather than one side
where
being
there's
just
like a
really
liability.
Heavy. Yeah.
I think that's what people were trying to do with Seattle is like, well, this team's so strong, the offense is bad. And it's like, no, it's just not top in scoring.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's bad, but I think the idea is like, surely you have to have a weakness.
They were still like top 5 in scoring, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's just that when you are not the best and the other half of the ball is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go to Vince in Olympia. Vince, who gets your game ball?
Hey, Bump and Stacy. Bump, shout out real quick. Just want to say go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
All right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm pulling up the stats here. I'm taking a look and I'm listening to all the callers. And as I was watching the game, there was only one person who made me go from leaning back with tensious ancient to standing up and exploding and saying, whoo, and that was Jackson Smith and Jigba, baby. I mean, my goodness, that one-handed grab along the sideline where he brought it in, and did you see him take out that sideline security guard? And guess what? That ball didn't move anywhere. It was unbelievable. He was just subtly jogging back. He didn't celebrate, boast, do nothing. And it was just another day at the office. And again, he had another catch along the sideline where the defender had an arm in there. And somehow he was still able to corral it with his left arm and then turn up and get that first down. And then, of course, that deep ball where he took that nasty shot, and I was worried about his head hitting the ground.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you see his face mask hit. He's all right now. I thought he got knocked out. It didn't matter. He was going to catch it. It was just truly remarkable. And, I mean, his stats just stand out, in my opinion, at least on the offensive side of the ball, more so than anybody. And, my goodness, what a game. And I truly feel, by the time he's ready to be extended, he's going to be the number one wide receiver. He's going to make the most money. It's just going to be fantastic. He's going to be a Seahawk for life. Let's get it.
Thanks for the call, Vince. The play that Vince is talking about, I can't find it on my play sheet. There was definitely a moment when I thought, oh my God, is he going to get pulled from this game to have the independent concussion tester pull him out and be like, you fell pretty hard there.
Yeah, but he got up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and he celebrated. He was all right.
He was a great game. Okay, let's try to run through a couple of these. Let's go to Richard in Tacoma. Richard, who gets your game ball?
Hey, I just want to say to you guys, I've been listening to y'all doing baseball, football. Y'all are a great radio station. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you.
I'm going to go different from everybody else, and it's going to sound maybe a little corny. But I'm going to give the game ball to the Baltimore Ravens for letting us get Mike and not find Harbaugh for a few years ago, because I'm thinking because when Mike left, that defense went down.
Yeah.
The Ravens defense started sucking when Mike left. And I want to give the game ball to the Ravens. Hey, go Hawks. Let's go, baby. Let's get that payback on them New England Patriots.
Thank you for the call, Richard. Richard said, look, unconventional approach.
Hey.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Hey.
You get the game ball for not probably firing Harbaugh and hiring Macdonald. Let me tell you about Baltimore Ravens fans.
Sick.
Hurting on socials.
More so than Jets fans. I think Jets fans who are already Jets fans is a bad Super Bowl for them. They hate the Patriots, and unfortunately, your former number 3 overall pick is now with another team and going to and winning. But I'm finding that the tone from Jets fans is a little more of like a, oh, go Sam, good for you. And
Happy for Sam and mad at the Jets.
They're in a constant state of pain, so I think that it just hits different. You know what I mean? Ravens fans, though. Oh.
Yeah. Things are changing fairly quickly for them.
Yeah.
And they're seeing what could have been their next head coach over here in a Super Bowl. He ain't going nowhere.
Don in Jacksonville. Don, who gets your game ball?
For me, hi. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Nice to hear your voices and get to see you in person. But my game ball goes to George Halani, of all people, because everybody else has done their job like they normally do. But Halani had to fill in some big shoes, and I think he did a wonderful job, if not a great job. And that's all I have.
Thanks for the call, Don. What'd you make of? I haven't even asked you about Halani's day.
It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
You know, caught a couple dump offs, and he was in during pass pro.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had like 3 carries for 4 yards, but it was more there to protect.
I get what he's saying too about this was a big stage for him and a big moment for him, and even if he wasn't the number 1 name everyone was talking about after, he had to go above and beyond what would typically be asked of him in this moment. Okay, do I have time for one more? Let's go to Jim in Spokane for our last caller. Jim, who gets your game ball?
Hey, I'm going with McVay.
Oh.
I don't understand why, but on their last touchdown, they were down by 5 points, and he kicked an extra point. If he'd have gone for 2 and made it, that last drive of theirs would have been for a field goal and not a touchdown, and that would have changed everything. I certainly wouldn't have wanted to face Stafford in overtime.
Yeah, thanks for the call,
so
Jim.
I appreciate him kicking it.
Thank you. Giving the game ball to Sean McVay for choking. Making a bad decision there. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't get to all of our callers. I think that everyone's just so excited to talk about this game that we just ran out of time. But thank you to everyone who called in. And shout out to the people who were waiting and didn't get a chance to go on. We appreciate you guys. We will do more caller segments, definitely leading up to the Super Bowl. Coming up next, the latest from the Mike Macdonald Show, the birth of a viral quote.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How cool to be able to do this, Brock, after the NFC Championship Game win yesterday. You said you finally got some sleep. It must have been. What was your night like?
Oh, it was awesome. We spent a bunch of time at the stadium and had a lot of family and friends in town, and just peak life, man. Pretty awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
This week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to my friend Brock Heward. Brock, why did you call First Mark?
Brandy, it is so good to talk to you. It's been too long, and we made that call. And the only bummer is we waited too long. I know you hear from people that you talk to as well as I do to take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. I just wish we would have done it earlier. You know, Brandy, the word that comes to my mind is a word I use on my sports show a lot, and that is connective tissue. It's important in team building. It's important to players in a locker room to be connected to others. And when it comes to insurance, it's so complicated, it's stressful, and you just don't even want to deal with it. And that's where the connective tissue of having a pro, having a broker, having a partner, and most of all, having a teammate like First Mark Insurance was the best connective tissue we could find.
Brock did it. My family did it. You got to do it. It's free. Take the First Mark Challenge. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. For over 30 years, Big Trees has been helping homeowners and businesses move trees with advanced equipment and a professional and proven transplant process. Need a tree moved on your property or off-site? Trust the experts at Big Trees. Learn more about our transplanting process at bigtreesupply.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/game to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/game for 20% off. trustandwill.com/GAME.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing. losing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt, and right now get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
If you guys missed, and I don't know why you would have, but if you missed it or just want to hear it again, Mike Macdonald in his trophy acceptance speech.
Coming into the season, you were an afterthought to the Rams, to the 49ers. How did it feel to go through both of those teams to earn your trip to the Super Bowl?
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so yes, it's a great quote, but something about "we do not care" was really funny. And so on the Mike Macdonald show this morning, Brock and Selk asked him, "Hey, tell us about that moment."
Obviously, I'm really good at talking in public, right?
Yes.
And so,
not
in my wildest dreams, when I think I'm going to be sitting on a podium talking in front of I didn't realize how, it's like in front of the, I don't know, whatever. The world. And so I didn't know what I was going to say, but then this is the God's honest truth, okay? So I'm sitting up there and listening to Cam talk, and I can't hear him. I'm from here. I'm from, him to me and Dave. Yeah. And so I'm like, man, if I'm talking, I need to, slow down or something. It's an echo, and I'm here. It's like, when you sing the national anthem, you're, hearing the person in front of you, and you don't hear. So classic overthink, So I'm like, well, maybe I need to slow down when I'm talking. And say it louder because I can't hear. So I'm yelling into the mic and talking all slow. That's why I did it.
Hearing it with that in mind, we do not care. Knowing that he's okay, if I just speak slowly and loudly.
It's almost like sometimes when we'll get an echo on our headsets. Oh, man, I remember Danny O'Neill. Oh, my gosh. I did a show with him. I was filling in for somebody. Maybe it was Gallant. And he had an echo in his ear. And he was trying to talk. And he couldn't get it out, man. Oh, Danny.
It messes you up.
Yes, it does.
It really messes you up.
I take the headphones off. And whenever there's an echo, I will take them off because, I kind of get what he's talking about. But it sounded gangster when he said it.
It sounded so cool, especially with a tiny bit, the tiniest, almost Southern accent of "we do not care."
We did not care.
It reminded me a little bit of this is in a million different TV shows, but I just watched. I don't know if anyone watches Man on the Inside. It's on Netflix. When an older gentleman it's adorable. It's a great show. But he's introduced to a much younger woman, and she just goes, "Hello." It reminds me of those moments in shows and movies where it's
man.
"Oh, this is my friend," and they're like, "Hello, how are you?" And you're like, "It's fine. He's only 50. What are you?"
All right. Are you okay?
Was it Mike Tomlin who started the "we do not care" stuff? Was that his press conference?
No, it was Mike Macdonald last night.
Shut up, Ian.
Wrong
God.
Mike.
Tomlin Schmomlin.
Who are you rooting for, dog? Why are you bringing up Steelers right now?
I'm in all blue today. Come on.
Are you bringing up a fired head coach?
Hey, we are on Ian's head today.
Can't catch a break. 12 hours yesterday, 10 hours today. I'm here.
Shut up, Ian.
That's what
Okay,
you
we're
get
gonna
for
keep
being
it.
so
That's what
young. You
God.
whippersnapper.
6'7", 6'7".
What year were you born,
Cap.
Ian?
That's Cap.
02.
02. So stupid. Okay.
My mom pulled me out of 5th grade for the 2013 parade.
Wow, dude.
Are you
I was
done?
working here.
Yeah, seriously. I was legally drinking. Mike Macdonald also talked about Klint Kubiak's best game of the season.
Well, he really did. And then, if Klint was sitting here right now, I know he would be the first to give shout-outs and credit to our staff, too. I'm thinking of Andrew Janoko in the red zone. Some of the plays we came up with was phenomenal. Awesome. Jake Pete's passing game. Mac does a lot of the run pass stuff. Our run game guys, phenomenal. How they build the formations and the shit, all that stuff is such a collaborative effort, and they did a great job.
Maybe he was going to say shift.
Yeah, that's what he was going to say.
You liked the game Kubiak called.
Yeah, it's funny because they're actually showing the replay right now. I forget what channel. It's NFL Network, and got distracted. But Sam.
See, that's what happens when you watch film.
Sam was composed. K9 got fed early. We saw screens. We saw a variety of stuff, man. So they came out and it looked like there was no fear. And I thought about, the Seahawks have been hiding. Sam, shut your face. Ain't nobody hiding. Kubiak came out there with a game plan and said, we're getting the ball, we're going to score. Big ups Matt Hasselbeck.
A couple more things here. Mike Macdonald on his biggest memory from the celebration last night.
I mean, the one thing that pops in my head, like Rob Porteous and our video guys came up to me and they're like super psyched, man. That's awesome. You just forget. It's just like, it's everybody, man.
You do.
When the guys, like, we're up on the stage and they get the little, on the stage. I've never been on a stage before, so you get them. It's like head coach sticker, quarterback sticker,
Yep.
And so it's like, of course I'm going to stand right where the sticker is. And then I'm like, Sam, no, you got to be over here. And then I turn around, and then all these guys start just like bleeding up. They don't care. They just ended up on they did not care. They walked up on the stage. Like, that was awesome. Like, Leo was up there, Spoon. Yeah, great.
That was amazing.
I went to, so after our post-game show, we go down to the field. We're taking pictures. B-Walt brings out the trophy. We're taking pictures of the trophy. And then we went back to the locker room. And the equipment guys, like the joy that they had. Man, they're sitting around talking about the season.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. It was like I'm hugging people that I know work for the Hawks, but I don't really know them like that. It was, yes, the guys deserve all the glory. The players, John, Macdonald, the coaches, but it was a city win. It was number love until I hit them streets and saw how crazy people can be.
I'm glad that you went back inside.
I went back inside.
Because
it was
crazy. Those streets sound.
Them streets was streeting, man.
When you said you saw someone get pepper sprayed, and you saw a human woman thrown out of a
bouncer
bar.
threw out this woman about your size. I looked at him like, did you have to do that? Like, I don't care how drunk she was.
Just
You're
tossed her.
6'5", and he just threw her out. I'm like,
that's unnecessary.
And then she looks at me like I'm gonna help her. I'm like, I don't know what you did. I'm out.
Hey, look, low man wins. She's got a low center of gravity. You just gotta get lower.
Gotta get lower.
Asked if he's getting ready for the Patriots. Says, well, I actually haven't been watching.
I haven't watched one snap on tape.
Not even one.
It's one of those unique things too, where they're like, there is no crossover tape. I can't remember watching anybody against their defense this year on crossover tape. So it's kind of like a fresh perspective. I mean, we've gone against Josh McDaniels before, so I'm sure there's some carryover from when we've played him in the past. But yeah, so just kind of go in and do our thing.
You think Bump watches film? Listen, Mike Macdonald, he's going to watch a disgusting amount.
Oh, he already said he only sees his family 30 minutes a week.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he's watching like 8-10 hours a day.
He's not seeing them at all.
No, he's gonna be so prepared for this.
Not until after the game.
Yeah.
Not until after the game.
No, you can have family time after we win a Super Bowl.
Hey, big ups to Mrs. McDonald, because the wifey's got to be down for this life.
Shout out.
Because coaches are not like even when I was a high school head coach, I was not a dad to my kids for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like I am locked in, and that's on a high school level. So I could imagine what it's like in the league.
I think it was interesting to hear, like, not only have we not played them and haven't prepped for them, but even when we're studying for the Rams, we're not seeing the Patriots. Like, no crossover whatsoever.
So the Pats did play the NFC South, which we also played.
Yeah.
So there should be some looks there, but I think they played every team we played after we played them, so we weren't
Isn't that
watching
weird?
their film. Kind of funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird. Do I want to get to anything else here? Oh, gosh, there's so much good stuff from this. I thought it was just a funny interview. I really enjoyed this morning's Mike Macdonald show. So you can find that on the Brock and Salk podcast, and he's going to speak. Curtis, is he still scheduled to speak later today, regular Monday?
Yes, I believe Wyman and Bob are going to carry that at around, I think, 5 o'clock today.
Okay, so you're going to stay tuned right here. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Any question, text it now.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is 1 is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe.
You know how we do it. The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports.
You are now entering the dead zone. Welcome.
Between his hobbies and decades of work in a boatyard, Philip had put his body through a lot.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and an avid skier. It takes its toll.
Not to mention one other thing.
I had a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Absolutely obliterated my lower left leg again.
Philip couldn't live with the pain anymore, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Listening to all these radio spots, I said, what do I got to lose?
What was your experience like with Dr. Wagner?
What I was so impressed with Mark about is that how often you have a surgery like this, and the guy calls you the next day to see how you're doing. I can't say enough good things about the guy, honestly.
And how are you feeling now?
I have no pain, none. Zero.
Wow. So would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I'm a fan, believe me. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Hi, I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, ultra-low sugar brain and body fuel. Our IQ Bar plant protein bars help you refuel smarter. Our IQ Mix Zero Sugar Hydration Mixes help you hydrate harder, and our IQ Joe Instant Mushroom Coffees help you caffeinate larger. All three product lines boost physical performance, but they also boost mental performance via nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane. Right now you can try our epic IQ Bar Ultimate Sampler Pack with 9 protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 coffee sticks. Win your day with clean ingredients, amazing taste, and superior brain and body nutrition. Try IQ Bar today.
Get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. Text IQ Bar to 64,000 to get this exclusive radio offer. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
The Mariners fix you need during the offseason.
Fans are on their feet. Listen to this.
The Uncruise Adventures Hot Stove, Tuesday nights at 7 on Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Do you need glasses or contacts and you're now at the age where you also need readers? K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to eliminate the need for all those. Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. Andy, for those nearing age 50 or so, refractive lens exchange can be a great alternative to LASIK.
That's right, Joe. K2 Vision RLE is a terrific, permanent solution for a lifetime of great vision. The older we get, we experience the dysfunction of our natural lens, which affects both distance vision and requires the use of reading glasses. Plus, after K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
And like LASIK, K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless. The question is, which procedure is right for you?
After replacing more than 100,000 failing lenses, we have the experience to tell you if it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consultation with us about K2 Vision RLE to get your eyes seeing young again, permanently.
Go to K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions into what I need to know. 866-979-3776. Bump, what I need to know. I picture you as a kid with a football pillowcase against a goalpost headboard and your mom telling you to take the helmet off in bed. Were you ever that guy when you were young, or are you that guy now?
Nah, not when I was young. I have the almost every young kid from the 90s had this comforter with the helmets on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. But what I thought you were going to say, I had Little Mermaid. What I thought you were going to say is that the 90s were big on, like, Ian, this was before you were born. But if you ever look up JCPenney home catalog 90s for like kids bedding, it was the curtains, the bedding, the rug, whatever it is, like whatever the theme was. 101 Dalmatians, the whole room is 101 Dalmatians.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole room, Craig.
Yeah. Bum, did you ever sleep with a ball? Did I? I did, yeah. Yeah. When I was in college, I just went to bed with a rugby ball every night. With a rugby ball? All right, yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Not proud of it.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I should have kept that inside.
We'll walk it back, I think. No, we'll never forget
Weird
that.
flex, but okay.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Hey, we have to say something nice to him before we get out of the show.
Affirmations.
No, we don't.
I'd appreciate that, Bob.
Ian, you're going to die after us.
Enjoy those years.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, man.
What I need to know, what's scarier between these two? Deep sea diving or skydiving?
Oh, that both are scary as heck.
I don't want to do either.
I just got a knot in my stomach thinking about doing both.
I know.
Probably deep sea diving.
I think, scarier.
Yeah.
I think so, because...
This is dark.
Well, and when you think about it, the skydiving is terrifying, but, like, I don't know how long it takes. I was going to say maybe
It takes a while to get
Does
from...
it?
Yeah.
How long do you think it takes to jump from a plane before you hit the ground? With the
I'd say probably like
parachute.
a minute, maybe.
But think of how long it would take for deep sea diving. You're talking about being in that environment for an hour.
And if you just like swim straight up, your whole body explodes.
AI says tandem skydiving takes 2 to 4 hours to process, but the actual jump is 5 to 7 minutes.
That's so
That
long
includes
to
roughly
be falling.
45 to 60 seconds of free falling.
Oh my god!
That sounds awesome. What
I
do you
think
mean?
I'd pass out.
Yeah.
I'd pass out.
I think so.
Despite the win, does Rick Wollen's penalty last night affect the Hawks' decision to bring him back next year?
I think they've already made up their mind.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
just-
there's anything that can happen in the next game that would make them reconsider it.
Yeah.
Probably heard
one
from
way or
Luckett, though.
another.
We all still loved Russ after his struggles with the Rams at the time because of his body of work as a whole and not just a handful of poor games. Why is it different with Sam? He had a phenomenal full season and a bad game against the Rams. I think that it's how they started their careers. Sam was a number 3 pick that didn't work for the Jets and like at times looked bad for the Jets and then spent time with 5 teams. Russell won a Super Bowl in his 2nd season, went back to one in his 3rd. And so I think people thought, oh, he's the answer. You just need to make other things work. I think it's about tone setting early and then you have to disprove that.
I can get with that.
Right?
I can get with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to take away a first impression.
Yeah.
Even if it's really unfair because it's with the Jets. What I need to know, where'd this go? Have you ever gotten into an actual fight? Elementary school doesn't count, like something that would get you physically thrown out of a bar.
Yes. Yes.
When's the most recent?
Oh, it's been a while. College.
Okay, but you were like, let's say 20.
Yeah, I was like 21.
Got into a fight in a club.
Do you remember why?
It was so stupid. My buddy's a Q dog. If you know what a Q dog is, it's a black fraternity.
Okay.
And there's a sign that they do that you're not supposed to do unless you're a Q dog. Somebody did it. My boy gets in his face. Punches are thrown. We jump in. Security did a great job, actually. We're fighting, and they like corral us into this room and push us out into an alley. And then it's like one of those old school street fights. Everyone's snapping their fingers and stuff, squaring up.
Say, what you doing here?
We're singing
You're
as
no
we're
cool
about
cat.
to fight.
That reminds me of Anchorman. Policia.
Yeah.
Ian, when was the last fight you got in?
It was a while ago. Middle
Did you
school,
have your
probably.
rugby ball with you?
It was on a rugby field.
Okay.
So not far off.
Curtis, when was your last fight?
High school senior year in a baseball game, benches cleared.
Wow.
And they actually fought.
Did you swing on someone?
We didn't fight, but we squared up. No one swung on anybody, but benches did clear.
Didn't you
I
say
remember that.
you and Brenna were in a car? You didn't get in a physical fight?
Yeah.
Have you heard this?
So, Brenna and I, we were driving. She was heavily pregnant at the time, probably like 8 or 9 months pregnant. And we were driving. This guy is about to back out of his spot, doesn't look at all, and like nearly hits us. We're laying on our horn, honking, and then the guy like accused us of not looking, and it's like, buddy, no, you're the one. You're backing up. Like, I'm just going here, and he starts yelling at my wife. And
So then Curtis turned the switch.
Britta, I don't think had ever heard me yell before that moment. And then I went into like protector mode and like chewed this guy out.
What'd he do?
He obviously drove away. Didn't say anything after that. I don't think I can repeat what I said on the air.
I always like those videos of like someone's yelling and then the other person gets out of the car and they're like 6'2",
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, never mind. I'll be on my way.
This dude honked at me today because I didn't switch lanes fast enough.
What?
I was like being
People are so
careful,
rude.
looking over my shoulder, making sure, and he honked at me.
I tell you what, people are they're a lot more aggressive on the road these days than they used to be.
Chris and Enumclaw.
More angry.
Last fight for me was in kindergarten. She punched me square in the nose. Never got in another one again. What I need to know. I don't know how to answer this question. I'll let you know ahead of time. Would this team beat the 2013 Super Bowl team?
Oh my gosh,
No.
why are we doing this?
No, they would not. No.
That defense was
That
so
2013
good.
Super Bowl team is truly one of the greatest football teams ever. So.
Just enjoy this team.
I know, why are we doing this?
I like the question, but I don't know how to answer. What's a must-have on the Super Bowl menu? Wings.
Yeah, I'd say wings. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about like just at the
For you, yeah,
At
for
the
your-
house.
for you,
Sorry,
Bumblebee
not all of
working.
us
None
get
of us are
to
watching the Super Bowl.
host pre and post at the Super Bowl
Yeah.
this year.
Well, you guys will be with me in spirit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pizza.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay, yeah.
Say
Wings is
chips
the
and
number one
dip.
answer. Boneless wings.
Buffalo chicken dip.
Oh,
7-layer dip.
French
oh
fries.
7-layer.
7-layer bean dip.
Love that stuff.
I don't like sour cream.
Okay.
That's
Look.
crazy.
That's only one of the layers. You have 6 other options.
Just clear it out.
No, you know what I don't like about 7-layer dip? It's all soft stuff.
Yeah,
it's a dip.
Every
It's a
dip,
dip.
is soft stuff.
But I just
Hard
You get your crunch from the chip.
hard dip? That's not a thing.
No way.
I'm just saying, don't you want like a little?
I like my
don't know.
dip
No,
crispy.
I know how stupid that sounds, but what I'm saying is, no, I have no way to back this up. It's
Yeah,
really,
yeah. You're
I'm
just
realizing the
you're
texture
just
is the trick.
saying things to say things.
We go back to bullying.
Ian, end the show.
No,
End the show,
Fine,
Ian.
Why don't you send us out?
Ian, you did a great job today, man.
Yeah,
Ian, you did
so
great,
good.
Ian.
Good job, man.
I got nothing for you guys. I'm making rugby friends on the text line, so you guys can stay on that side.
Okay, now send us to Wyman and Bob.
Wyman and Bob coming up.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that. But Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/game to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/game